Hey, welcome back to the Maxwell Grid. My name is Andre. Thanks so much for tuning in. Zach, how's it going? Today it is May the 17th, I'm guessing. Welcome. It's Thursday. We're gonna have a stream like most Thursday evenings. We have maybe a nice good 3 hours of Netrunner in us tonight. Hope you're having a good week. If you're watching this on the VOD or live, how's it going? BK, what's up? You look like a nail. And Tarmus, how you doing? Happy Thursday as well to you. Hope you're all doing good. Today it's less of a not scheduled, but it's a less of a prepared stream. We prepared last week and that was kind of out of line, so we gotta have to, it's all about managing expectations. Figment, what's up? How's it going? It's good, guys. Good guess. Oh, for the date, yeah. Okay, perfect. It is May 17th. I understand now. We're starting today with the deck list of the week, like we do just about every week, and this is my best wizard impression, which is not going to load because we're using Firefox because we're stubborn, so we're going to open that up somewhere else. Why is Steam still open? I asked you to close a while ago, my friend. You're waiting for Crazy Taxi to shut down. That's right, I played Crazy Taxi today. That's weird. All right, this is a Freedom Kamala deck list, and Freedom Kamala is the new Anarch ID that just came out a couple weeks ago. By the way, for the unboxing of the data pack, I have prepared all my slides, haven't had time to record it. It'll be out this weekend. I have the runner side ready, including Freedom Kamala. So if you're not familiar, this is Freedom. It's an Anarch, 4515, no link, with an ability that combines your old friend Wizard, an Anarch ID that used to be one of the most competitive Anarch IDs for a really long time, Anarch Identities, and also Edward Kim, a pretty good Anarch Identity that still sees play today. And this is a combination of both that I think is much more interesting. It's probably more powerful, but it's also a bunch more nuanced. And Noise was the old Virus Anarch, the Anarch that had the word virus on its identity card, and now we have a new one. And I'm kind of, as much as I really enjoyed playing Noise. I hated playing against it. I think Freedom is a much more interesting way of dealing with viruses. And so far we've been checking into the Katara cycle. So far of all the cards that we've received in orange, only 2 of them don't say the word virus on it. So we're going to have a lot of virus counters going around. Last Order Zeka is new here. Says hello. Last Order Zeka, what's up? How's it going? Apparently Twitch tells me when people are in chat and they're new, so that's really cool. I can shout out. How's it going? Thanks for dropping by. Glad you found your way. And also Maui, what's up? Not too much. We're gonna be playing some Freedom. I hope you're doing okay. How's your week been? So this is Freedom Kamala, and this is a deck that I've actually tried a bit myself. I've been playing this a bit casually during the week at lunchtimes in the Ubisoft meta. And it also has Tripino, which is a new card. This card is easily comparable to Parasite, one of the most powerful Netrunner cards that just rotated out with the new revised core set, and thankfully so. And this card is clearly less strong than Parasite, but it looks like this deck is actually banking really heavily on this. Tripino is a slow card. It usually takes a couple turns to eat ice, but it does eat ice, and that's also why we're running 3 clone chips, so we can get this Tripino back. Now, just looking at this, and being able to tell, or without even playing so much this deck before, it looks like we're going all in Tripino, and Tripino seems a bit slow. It does seem a bit slow. You might have to use a bunch of times moving over counters with Virus Breeding Grounds. Mind you, this is only a 2 of in the deck, so the chance of us getting it up and a Tripino and having enough counters, it's going to be probably pretty slow. So, I actually been playing this deck with some changes that were submitted by, do I know whom? Somebody down here. Yeah, Ruby Vroom. Ruby Vroom actually has some pretty cool changes. I love these changes to the deck. I think it makes it more interesting. Losing the 1 SMC and 1 clone chip for Laguna Velasco and some other friends like Yusuf, which is a card that's way better than it might have looked, and another Virus Breeding Grounds. I like this a lot, let alone another Liberated Accounts. And the SMC in this deck is actually kind of cool. The mixture of self-modifying code and clone chip means we can actually threaten fast advance with Clot, which is something you haven't probably seen in Anarch in a while, and I think that's really cool. It also lets us get a David and reuse Davids, and Ruby Vroom's suggestions kind of remove that part of the deck. They said it wasn't that important, and they'd rather have more money and economy, and I think I like that a bit better, but we're going to try a game like this, and then we're going to try a game with the changes and see how that goes. Zach from YouTube, Noise was my favorite. RIP. You can still play Noise, I suppose, in any sort of legacy formats, but yeah, Noise was polarizing, right? But Jukas, what's up? It's the Maxwell Grid. VK says easily comparable as being strictly worse. I totally disagree with that, VK. I don't think at all Freedom is strictly worse than anyone. Freedom is a really good ability because it can trash anything. Shasner, how's it going? And Tarmus, where's the Hive Mind? Hive Mind's another easy way to do this. So the idea with Hive Mind, you get 5 counters on it, and then everything blows up with Trip and O. And it seems like more of a combo deck. And that's kind of been a problem that I've been seeing in my not very extensive playtesting of the new Virus Anarchs, is that you have so much stuff to install. Like you need to install your Progenitor, you need to install your Hive Mind on it, and then your Trip and O. And not only is it hard to have the credits and clicks to install all that stuff while being like still proactive and pressuring the corp and making good runs, it's also that Anarch has a pretty bad draw engine if you can't rely on Inject. And Inject is really good with the heap breakers. Mind you, we're running 2 of them, Black Orchestra and MK Ultra, cards that you can reinstall from the heap if they're thrown out with Inject. But if you're losing your Hive Minds, your Trip and O's, your Progenitors, it's really hard to assemble all this stuff. And we have a bit of flexibility here, which is why Clone Chip is actually pretty sweet. Because if you inject your Trip and O's, you can still install them at speed, let alone your Yusufs. But I've been struggling to get that to work, the Hive Mind stuff. Last story, Zach, a friend of mine told me to watch you when I started Netrunner in December. Been watching your YouTube videos, figured I should watch you cast. Oh, fantastic. Glad you've been enjoying this stuff, the YouTube stuff. I wish I was been making more like gameplay videos. It's largely only been the VODs of the stream and the unboxings. Hopefully we'll get back to that at some point. But hey, glad you found it. Appreciate the kind words. Dazzler says your friend is right. Watching Andre play has given me more Netrunner enlightenment and made me better. Man, hey, glad to hear that. Again, also, that's one of the best things, Lord Zeka and anybody right now, is that we are live. I'm responding to chat pretty late because I kind of got into a discussion of this deck specifically, but we have like a 6-second delay. Do not hesitate to ask questions, and we can get back to that real quick. As a new player, the stream is fantastic to help you figure out what you're doing. Hey, oh, thanks, Nail. Trapano's strictly worse than Parasite. Freedom is cool. Okay, I got you, VK. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Kamala seems like a really strong idea so far. Yeah, it's definitely good, and I think you're going to see a lot of it. Let's start with this deck, and then we'll do the changes, because I actually like the changes a lot better than this one, but teach it on. Also, this deck runs 2 Maxwell James, and mind you, this card has kind of been hot in meta right now. The last big boy deck has been an Enter deck with 3 of these. But this card is a combination of Link, somewhat relevant, but it's also basically Inside Job and Emergency Shutdown all together, which is crazy for 1 influence. And let alone in a faction that doesn't have HQ pressure, nobody expects this. I've been playing against SSO decks and Rush decks that don't ice HQ, and they like jam an agenda, and it's like the most brutal play. It's so bad when this happens. Yo, hello, movable object, hello as well. Let's copy this. I think we already did it. How you doing? Ed Fortune from YouTube. Hey, Andre, just wanted to say hi before I go to bed and watch this tomorrow morning in the UK. You made it to the VOD. How's it going? Hope you sleep well, and thanks for dropping by, eh? Corey says, I mean, it's not strictly worse. It kills high strength ice in fewer turns and kills unresed ice. Yeah. It's not strictly, it's definitely an interesting card. The fact that it can interact with face down ice is also like worth mentioning. But it's no Parasite. That's for sure. Uh-oh, there goes one of my Smurfs. That's gone now. Gotta burn that. Oh, jeez. You saw nothing anymore. You saw nothing. Let's get this in here. What's this one called? My best wizard impression. Okay, count it. So one of the coolest things about Freedom Kamala is that you can trash a card. Any card you access, you can trash. Oh, did everything fall apart here? Are we good? Based off of how many virus counters you're removing. And any card that has a 0 install cost or play cost that you access on the corpse set, you can trash for free. And that's actually a really powerful ability on its own. There's a lot of really strong 0 cost cards that are great to trash. There's a lot of MVN ice that falls into that. There's a lot of events that kind of pile up in hand, and that's honestly a pretty good amount of pressure. And even just trashing assets, like playing a Yusuf and then running a remote, getting 1 virus counter, and then trashing, like, I don't know, a team sponsorship. So good. You can always rewind to see your Smurf. No, I gotta scrub the whole VOD. It's over now. I gotta shut it all down. My best wizard impression. 419. Not 419. 419 is not the default runner because of alphabetically. Oh, that's really cool. Good for him. Freedom. Let's give this a shot. If you're just tuning in, by the way, my name is Andre. This is a match of all good. Thanks for tuning in. If you're on the VOD, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, if you're new to the game, I highly recommend making an account in either Twitch or YouTube. We're streaming live on both, and you can ask questions. If you're new to the game, asking questions is one of the best ways you can learn how to get better at this thing. A lot of the times I will explain what I'm doing. It's never perfect. Sometimes I talk too fast. I try not to use abbreviations, but sometimes there's something that's not totally obvious. Do ask. Mad Dog, what's up? The only logical thing to do is now burn down the internet. I gotta call my internet service provider and ask if they can disable the internet. Did I miss Smurf porn? No, it's fine. It's fine. It's like, I know it isn't for a while yet, but I was chatting with some people, and what do people think about the eventual rotation of the from heap breakers? Helps Max, Inject, Street Peddler, and so on, but are overused. Hey, one before bed. Hey, let's do it. The rotation of the heap breakers is going to be a really big deal. This is Harpsichord. It's obviously going to be a really big deal. There's a chance that we're going to see less of it from Anarchs on the basis that... I don't think I need to do this wide, do I? That now the virus breakers might see a bit more play. But they're definitely really good. The thing is, Inject rotates too, so like Anarch is going to be missing breakers and a draw engine, and it's kind of like, well, Criminal is right now. They don't have good breakers, they don't have good draw, so they're largely not that playable. So I don't know. It's going to be a while till that happens, and it looks like we're like still regularly getting breakers and data packs. Anyways, this is Harpsichord. We played this last week. A really big thing about Harpsichord right now is Mwanza City Grid, so one of the best things we can do against these decks, at least we trash Mwanza for free, mind you, is get good economy. And opening with liberated accounts, which is only a 2 of in this version of the deck, is not great. And these cards, they don't generally run that much ice, so I think we can mulligan this away safely. Our ability is actually really strong because we can run HQ and trash like exchange of information, C-source, hard-hitting news, stuff like that, which is pretty good. We actually have a hand with no economy though, which is rough, but let's see. Frantic coding isn't going anywhere soon, then. That's true. Frantic's great. Oh yeah, because Inject rotates before the heat breakers anyway, so next rotation is going to be interesting for draw since Earthrise goes as well. Yeah, Earthrise goes, Inject goes. Draw's looking kind of rough right now. Okay, they're rushing something here, and we have no idea. Ooh, that's new. We have no idea what this could be. We might as well face check with 6 credits. Like if they pay 2 credits for an IP block, it's fine. We want to keep our credits up for sure because we want to play around hard-hitting news, but generally you want to get accesses every turn against Harpsichord because every turn that we have no employee strikes or imp, so or film critic, so we have to make accesses every turn as long as they're safe so we can ensure that we're getting 1 agenda per turn because that's the best we can get. I think we're going to go check this. I wish we had opening economy. Sure, gamble to run is way better than anything we could have possibly done, but let's do it. Steroid, what's up? Hey Andre, did your keyboard survive? Great question. Okay, they went down to 0 on this. Like, we obviously don't have the money to break this, but they just went down to 0, so we can check like every server. The worst thing that we hit right now is product placement, a card that gives them 2 credits when we access it, but we trash it for free, so not that bad. So now we can just make quantum runs, really, because they can't threaten us with anything. And we trash a bunch of their stuff. We probably want to draw and get these in the bin. None of them are particularly good. Oh, we got a Beal? Okay, that's really good. So we got a Beal. They can't score anything next turn. This might be what's her name? Rashida Yahim, so they get money and draw. That'd be pretty good. But we don't want to run any more because you hit cards that have on-access abilities, agendas, and we can't steal them. So Explodapalooza gives them 5. TGTBT gives us a tag. So I think we just want to draw into money. We probably want to trip into that at some point. We just don't want to draw into money. Putting this down has some value, but going down to 5 or going down to 3 after installing this means it's really hard for us to play career fair or to play liberated accounts, let alone sure gamble. So we're just, yeah, there you go. So drawing probably was right there and just getting our breakers in the heap. Keyboard survived. If you saw last week, I poured water on part of my keyboard. Apparently it broke all of the keyboard. I went away from the weekend, so I just unscrewed the thing and I left it on the couch drying, came back. It works. The LEDs I thought were busted. Oh, it is the Ibrahim. It was the Rashida, so that was the best case for them because we only had 3 credits. It's good. Totally fine. I've had worse does stay, which is pretty great. Poggo's saying Cortex Lock. I don't mind too much about Cortex Lock. Cortex Lock's not that bad. It'll be fine. I keep hitting Cortex Lock. Protect the Rashida. Yeah, that probably looks like a Rashida. So they played a current, and they're probably running a lot of agendas. So I think we almost definitely run Sure Gamble, run one of these. If none of them are agendas, they can't fire Snare. There's a lot of traps. We trash Mumbed Virtual Tour for free. We can probably play Gamble, run both of these, run R&D. We just need to keep our money off. Turning this thing off, the current, I pointed at my screen, doesn't actually matter that much. But if any of these are something that we need to like remove a tag, we have some credits to trash things if we need to. Things like team sponsorship might show up, and it sucks that we don't have one virus counter. I guess there's not a lot they can fast advance. It's a news team. Okay, so we're just going to take that to our score area. That sucks. This is probably... I don't want to run this one. If it's an agenda, they can't score it. And they probably, like, generally put 2 agendas down. You probably put 2 traps down. So I don't think we're ever going to run this. I want to run HQ. If that doesn't work, we run R&D. Last click TGTBT would be the worst, but They can close their accounts, that's it. Endless, another endless EULA, that's no good. It's actually probably fine just to put down the virus breeding grounds, because it looks like we're going to be a long game anyways if they're running 3 news teams. We can't trash this now, so we'll put this one down so we can start threatening HQ and actually trashing cards. Hey, Dite, what's up? Next rotation is Lunar and Sansan. That's correct. How's it going, Dite? It is Lunar and Sansan. So this we can trash for 2 virus counters. That's pretty good. So we trash it for free in 2 turns. Chief Owl 9071. Hey Andre, really enjoying watching your show. Any chance you'll be seeing a review of Whispers in Alabale? 100% you. Oh, we paid 4 for this. Ah, fuck. I totally forgot this was on. That was totally the bad play. We got check R&D to turn this off. Misplay. 100%. We I prepared all the slides. We're gonna have all the slides. They're up. We're gonna do the runner side this weekend, and then the corp side maybe even this weekend because it's a long weekend. It'll be definitely coming out. It's almost ready. Yeah, we should not have paid 4 for that. It's pretty bad. Jellyhead, what's up? I won my first game ever playing Anarch early, and now I can retreat back to my safe Criminals. Hey, Criminal actually seems like a harder thing to win with right now, so congrats if you're pulling that off. Also, Jellyhead, how's it going? All right, so we want to run once on R&D. If we inject, we have a chance of hitting, what's it called, Dirty Laundries. So I want to inject first. We did it. So best case scenario, we Dirty Laundry R&D, we find an agenda, we turn this off, and then we career fair down our liberated account. So let's go R&D. If that doesn't work, also, we might just want to Dirty Laundry HQ, because we want to get 1 access a turn. And we can trash anything that has 1 cost or more, which is some cards. Oh, shit. Okay. Yes, so Mario, what's up? Andre, since there's no New Hampshire Regional, are you coming down to Boston? There's a chance. What's the date, Mario, for the Boston? It's a Cambridge Regional. I forget what the date is. If it's in June, it's going to be rough. But yeah, there's no New Hampshire or Regional, which is really weird. Let's go HQ here. They still can't score an agenda, which is fine. They might draw the Archer. They might draw another card. But we want to get an access in. Maybe trash 1 card. We probably actually don't trash here because we want to stave a virus counter for daily business show. Maybe this is wrong. Access another daily business show? No, it's fine. June 30th, almost July. Interesting. It depends a lot on my meta friends, like whether they're going, because I'll rent a car or something. But I'll keep you posted throughout June, because 30th probably looks reasonable. I think you still run it. Getting those 3 news teams out of the game, you're winning. I don't know. 1 second. What happened? Sorry, I haven't been caught up on chat. Happy Thursday, Andre. What's up, Janktivist? I've also been thinking about running Turntable and Freedom over Knob. I think Knob's way too expensive. It doesn't do enough. But the MU hit seems rough. How are you finding it? So I haven't played enough with this. I think the MU is not that big of a deal. I would actually be interested in trying Knob Curie, but it's like way too expensive for what it does. And they put a card here. This is either the Archer or the Endless EULA. If we don't install any programs, it really doesn't matter. And Archer's poorly equipped to the Trip and L. Yo, Jim, what's up? VBG is still worth 4 in Freedom? Yeah, it probably is. Hey. Oh, all good. Whew. Andre, have you run into much viral weaponization yet? Been working on a disgusting weaponization potential Unleash deck. No, I haven't. I haven't played against that one yet. I'm not convinced it's that great of a card, but we'll see. It does a lot of damage at once, which is good. It definitely like burns you out, which is cool. Ralph, Turntable the news team, you can't. Turntable actually only works on an agenda that you steal, and you don't actually steal this one. You add it to your area, so you can't turntable. Oh, you can turntable it after. Never mind me. I see what you mean. Yeah, the turntable is gonna be really brutal. We should install this for sure. Yeah, we install this run HQ here. Actually, we probably want to trash this. That's the cool thing though about Freedom. It's not the first card you access, so we can run HQ, see what we find. If that doesn't work out, we can run R&D. And they have 3 credits, so they might score this next turn, which is fine because then they can't ice HQ. So we'll do this, run HQ, run R&D, then run server 3. We probably should run R&D first because the chance of it giving us a tag is not 0. Oh, it's not an Archer, so it's probably the ULA. Also, we have 4. We trash Archer, which is pretty good. Let me know if you do end up coming down. I got a place for a few people to crash on my place. Oh, that's very kind. Thank you. Puppy, what's up? How's it going? How are you doing? I'm doing okay. If they res this, they probably can't score an agenda, which is fine. We really need to swap it. The thing is, as soon as we swap this to them, the Archer's a lot better. So we might actually, I don't know. Forfeiting this for an Archer feels so good. So good. NGO front. So we can either trash it for free, but I think we want to trash this for free, so we'll just pay 1 on this. That's acceptable. And we can run server 3, and we can wipe this for free. It seems good. If they can't control their draw, HQ will flood up pretty good. And we trashed this one for free, which is fine. So we trashed that. Basically Wizard, right? Only the cool kids are allowed on Twitch. Lizzie, what's up? Watching on Twitch this weekend, and now everyone's in the YouTube chat. They're both just as big, largely. Oh, they res the second DBS. They went down to 1 credit. We're not scared of anything right now. How's it going, Lizzie? Welcome to Twitch. In PU, it seems pretty potent. Loose hand plus top of the stack. It does a lot of burst, but like it's technically comparable to House of Knives, right? Because House of Knives generally does around 6 damage, and that thing also does 6 damage. So it's another card that does that. They put another card in the server. The thing is, like, without them being on 3 credits, and even when they are on 3 credits, I don't give a shit to run this server. Right now, it could be Rashida Yahim into, like, some upgrade. That would be obnoxious. But, like, there's really no threat in running this. And we, largely all we want to do, we probably actually want to get the Trip and O in here at some point, but our draw is really bad. Is I think we want to get an agenda off of R&D, then install this, and then install the Trip and O. Like, we really need to turn this thing off. We can career fair through it, but we generally don't want to. The fact that we're not drawing really sucks. I'm not getting what are you intending to do with Turntable and News Team. Am I reading Turntable wrong? So whenever we steal an agenda, we may swap it with Agenda in the Corpse. Yeah, you're right. No, we're not doing anything yet. Never mind. Turntable's hard. Another Archer. Wow, okay. Okay, we can run HQ here once. They've been controlling their draw, so that we're sure there's 1 Archer in here. So running HQ is actually not that great. I think we can draw it once, install the Trip and O, click for a credit. That's really good too. We can still do that next turn, so let's get that down. These both give us virus counters too. It's like having 2 virus breeding grounds, so next turn we can like trash something that costs 3 if we really want to. Like, you don't even need trash ice with this. Oh, it is Rashida. Alright, so we know that's an upgrade, and they're going to get a bit more money and draw a bunch with DBS. And we still have more money than them. Well, actually at this point they could consider doing like credit. They're surprising content to be poor. Yeah, it looks like they're kind of struggling here. They don't have enough money. This burst draw is also kind of really bad. While they are filtering a bit of it with Daily Business Show, without any ice here, and we know they have 2 Archers, that's not ice they can res, we can really slam into HQ pretty hard. PU players are like the MTG players at any tournament, in any format that are trying to play mill decks. It'll always be there, but only competitive once in a blue moon. For the same reason, only last HP counts. Only last HP counts is actually pretty great. Alright, so they fast advance to 15 minutes. That means Archer is online, and that's actually terrifying. Yeah. So we really want 4 counters, which is not something we can orchestrate here. So I think we also want to trash this. Let's get some money, run HQ, run R&D. We just want to get as many accesses in as we can, and this is an upgrade, and we don't really care about that. We can consider trashing whatever we access here. We know there's 1 Archer, and I think that's the only card we know, because we trashed the NGO front. Keep finding an Archer, huh? And a Data Sucker would be so good here, but probably be better as a Yusuf. And the changes to the deck that I've been playing run 3 Yusuf, which means every central server, every run with Yusuf gets a virus counter. How nuts is that? How absolutely nuts is that? We would be at so many virus counters, we'd be trashing everything. Yusuf is so good. Why is Archer scary? We do have a program, actually. We do have the Trip and O. We don't want to lose the Trip and O. It's like a virus breeding grounds. It's okay. Yo, Nick, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, Archer blows up the Trip and O. Just had my Freedom versus Industrial Genomics game. It's a hot tech against the IG. It was a gigantic slog, but it was kind of never in doubt. Hi, Andre. How's it going, Raven? Yeah, the IG matchup is really, really fun. Because they increase their trash costs, and you don't care. You really don't care about trash costs. I'm quite a new player and often find myself getting tunnel vision over on focusing on one server during a game and not seeing the better moves elsewhere. Any ideas how to break that? We have a C-Source. Sorry, one second, Jellyhead, I'll get back to that. Do we trash this? The other option if we don't trash this, which is not very good right now, considering that they don't, that they're not on, have more money than us. I don't even know that we have to trash this. I don't even think they draw it. They Daily Business Show it. The benefit of them trashing it is that, is that we can see another card. The thing is, next turn they can install their Archer. No, that's fine. So we could career fear this out. I'm not that worried about it. And Earthrise is good. We probably want to career fear that one out. We don't have that much more money though. Okay, yeah. So Jellyhead, it depends on your deck. Like, there's no easy answer to it, but you always have to pressure the corp. One of the things that I've seen new runners do, or new players to the game, is they don't just run enough. They want to wait till they have all their breakers, till they have enough economy, and do things like that. The Archer's coming down here. Wait. Oh, not even. Okay, now the C-Source matters. And I think that's pretty rough. Like, you generally don't want to do that. We can also trash this thing. I'm in no rush to do that. Yeah, it's not the best thing to do. So pressuring, making sure the corp has to res things, making sure they're spending money on ice so they can't just like Biotic out of hand. They can't just rush into the remote with 3 ice on it is really good. It's also good to build a deck that can pressure every central server, and that's why, or every server, and that's why Freedom inherently is really good. Because we'll be trashing cards off of R&D or HQ. No matter what, we can trash stuff. I think we want to run HQ first, because they drew a bunch, and then we can run R&D. This might be an Archer, because we saw 2, right? Yeah, there's no straight answer to a Jellyhead, but pressuring and just like trying to run more, actively trying to run more is really good. That's an IP block. IP block is a 4 strength barrier, which is actually perfectly annoying. We do have 1 link in our deck, specifically if we do get to it. I think we want to trash the Archer. No action. Let's keep going. There we go. So we'll trash this one first. We'll use the counters off of this one first, because the chance of this being an Archer is not 0. Let's get our accesses in. Whew. I promoted under stream. I want a Mason Jarvis compensation. I saw that actually. That was really cool on Reddit. Somebody mentioned the drinking game. That was really funny. Shout out to Puppy for that. That was really cool. Yeah, someone said about playing a lot of fast advance. We honestly don't. If someone changed that line to lose to fast advance, that'd probably be more accurate. All right, it's another ULA. They're down to 3 credits again. That C-Source looks really bad. Again, we're just playing around the scarcity probably a bit too much. We probably just want to career fairy down this Earthrise. We have 2 currents in this deck that we could draw that are pretty okay. But we pay for this, so this costs us 3 credits. That's fine. We need card draw, like we're just not drawing enough. Raven saying, ironically enough, if you're suggesting playing off meta weaker your own decks, Jellyhead 21. Suboptimal decks teach you to make the most of what you have rather than relying on universally strong cards. That's true, and like if you see a lot of times when I'm playing decks that I don't feel like I'm in control, a lot of times you just have to run, you just have to smash into things, and that actually helps you play. Like you realize that way, even if corps have all the ice, sometimes just smashing through things is right. It's cool. RES, how's it going? Something that helped me a bit when that is playing a bad pub focused Valencia deck, you wind up making multiple runs per turn to get value. Yeah, bad publicity has a lot of value. Thanks. I needed to play a wider variety of IDs, I think. Yeah, Jelly had another really good way to get more confident with the game is also just net deck. Like net deck, quote unquote, good competitive decks. Some of the basic decks, like find a good Valencia deck that just has standard good stuff in it, and it generally builds really good habits. It generally does. If we inject, our economy is kind of flattened out. Like we don't have enough economy, and we still are so many turns away from even considering winning. Like we really have to build for the late game, and this card now costs like 8. I think we're gonna have to inject. Holy shit, we just injected into 4 programs. Whoa. That's why I don't like injecting these decks. We literally just played it, we literally just played Easy Mark, and we lost our 1 card we wanted. We can always clone chip it, but like, oh damn. Wow, whoa. Andre can't play because it wouldn't be fair. Yeah, we need to trash the DBS for sure. Hot Dog Man, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, that sucked. That sucked a wee bit. Okay. Great. Good evening. All right, yeah, we're gonna trash this. We want to make sure they're not drawing the good combo pieces. That's an IP block. I'd rather trash this. We can only do 1 a turn. Another clone chip is good. We actually probably want to get this down to get the Yusuf down. We probably wanted to play this one preemptively to get the Yusuf down. It clogs up our MU a bit, but then we can start dealing with things. And also Yusuf technically deals a ULA for not, and then like for free sometimes. But trashing their stuff in hand is actually pretty good pressure because they don't want to Archer that. We'll pay, no, we'll not pay for it. We'll use these ones because there's no Archer on the table so far. Inject more stims. Better take your drugs orally. Did you bother? Don't your mother tell you the dangers of injecting? Yeah, that was rough. Omni, how's it going? In faction, easy mark, OP. Yo, 3 credits for a card. And you get all those good stuff in your heap so you don't draw your bad cards. Oh, we're getting C-Sourced right now, but why? And to close accounts, exchange is not that good. Strength to 3. Okay, that value C-Source? Thinking. Okay, so if this C-Source lands, we can't clear all the IVA if they hard-hitting news us. We'd have to do a bit of math here. Because then, what if they give us a tag, what happens? Closed accounts is pretty bad. I think we have to install this next turn. Were they meant to boost that? Stinson incoming. It could be. That could be a Stinson. We haven't seen enough influence. I think we've seen maybe 4 influence. Maybe we've seen the same archer twice. I don't know. And I'm pretty sure that's another. That's probably the second archer. Okay. Okay. That's a really good card. Just a bad economic warfare out of yellow. Hey, they paid 2, we paid 3. They technically came out on top, huh? So, bottom 21 cards, we have 2 currents. Running all central servers is pretty rough. So I think we have to bite the bullet and install this, which is going to cost us 8. Which sucks. This fast events card is no longer that necessary unless this is the fast events NBN thing. Yours? Or mine? So I'm not that worried about the Claw. It's better in the heap anyways if we have inject, or sorry, we have clone chip on the table. So I think we just have to like just kind of suck it up and pay our econ card. Oh, 2 shortage coming. I saw a deck that went all in with Trip and O, used Retrieval, Run, and Levy as expected. They tend to be starved for credits. It's still really slow. A cool thing, actually, I don't know if people have been trying this yet, but a Clone Chip is at instant speed, and it is a restricted card. But otherwise, other than that, this card, you could play, what's it called? Scavenge, which is also a 2 influence card, and Scavenge actually looks really well. The fact that you can trash your MK Ultra to install a Tripano or a David doesn't matter, because your MK Ultras generally always come back for also 2 credits. So, like, not bad. Okay, so we're definitely going to run one of these, hopefully get the bigger agenda, and then we just hit this a couple times. This card's actually pretty good, right? But we want to turn this off first, so let's see how bad this one goes. 5 clicks on a card to gain 8 isn't even good. It's not, but we have to do something. Like, otherwise we're clicking for credits, and this is at least burst. It's an Amani Sinai. Well, we don't want that to happen to us. So we'll trash this for free. Wizard. Did I use a click to move 1 virus? No, that seems fine. So if we want to get this might be another Mani Sanai. Why would they install a Mani Sanai? I don't know. This is now a Mumbai Virtual Tour. It's pretty bad. But the chance of them installing a Mani and then another agenda is pretty low. Now that we ran, so we need to have more money than them. Otherwise they can hard-hitting news us, let alone C-source into something. Maybe they have 2 C-sources. So I actually want to hit this again. This card has a bunch of value. I think I've had worse draw. It's probably... I want to de-res an Archer really bad with this. I really do. We could have blown this card up too, for sure. But they're not even using this remote server, which is weird. So the question is whether we install a card, and all our card installs are pretty bad. I think we're actually just going to take this money and throw out 2 things. Yikes. I like this, I like that. I think these are too necessary. This one's really good against Archer and ULA, so I want to keep that. Clone chips seem pretty good considering we lost a Yusuf and a Tripano. So I think we're throwing out a Tripano. This might be wrong. I don't have enough experience with this deck, but it feels like the money's probably the most important thing. We've seen so many aggressive cards. That scarcity is getting value. It is. The Manji, this card is... Oh, what the fuck? What? They're definitely running Mumbai Virtual Tour. I really wish we would have trashed that. Has Kamala been released yet? It's not. I'm not going to specifically talk about that card Raven because I don't want to spoil cards that some people haven't seen yet, but there's good cards coming out. Kamala will be out in like 2-3 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks. All right. Archer, let's go. So we can nuke this ice. I think we will. Man, I wish we had that Tripano right now. We need to nuke this. So we can nuke this, nuke that. I think that's fine. Man, we have to nuke a central server. Otherwise, they're just going to jam behind this Archer and over again. That's really unfortunate. So we can either pay 2 credits or pay 1 virus counter. We'll do the 1 virus counter. This also could be a Cyberdex virus suite, which we, in theory, have to respect. So we're going to move this to here. Wipes that. So then we can play the clone chip to threaten, and then we can take that. So now we have a fork whether we're going to clone chip for our Yusuf or clone chip, excuse me, for our virus. And it seems like we're gonna go for the virus because I think if they commit an archer to this and they don't get it, they're not gonna have a scoring remote. And that's kind of something that you've seen in the last games that we played against Harpsichord is they usually lose on remote servers. They really do. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they feel confident about this. As much as this is an archer. Oh, man. One of these actually might be an IP. Oh, man. What is this server? I don't like this server. Okay, so now we have no programs, which is actually the perfect time to face check into the archer on HQ. So let's go. We also can install the Maxwell James first. It makes the IP block a bit easier to deal with. Oh, no. It costs 3. Fuck it. Let's go HQ. They also throw out a card. I'm pretty sure one of these is the news team they overinstalled. Let's see if they res an archer. There's one card in hand. We can trash if it costs 1. If it's an agenda, it's even better. Yes! So now they can't res another archer. So we run the server. They gain 2. But we had no programs installed. That's perfect. So now we can run this server. Most upgrades we trash for little money. And if there is an IP block, we trace it. They do still have 10 credits, but gotta do what we gotta do. The camera is another archer, and I'm pretty sure this inside one is an archer, and this is an IP block. It could be backwards. We could have it backwards. Actually, I'm pretty sure we saw 2 archers, right? Pretty sure we saw 2. 1 on R&D, 1 on HQ. So it looks like they can't res that. One of them could be a Raven into like, I think all we've seen is the archer, IP block, ULAs. I think that's so far everything we've seen. They're considering it. If it is the IP block, we're going to have to do a trace. Ooh, so we're going to access this one first. The new one. All right, it's an old Hollywood grid, which means we have to trash this and run back, which is affordable. Now, the problem is if we access this, there's a chance that this is like a TGTBT. There's a chance that it's also, what's it called? Oh, that's good. The Exploded Palooza. That'd be bad. It's a degree mill. Is that on Axis or on Steel? I think this one's on Steel. To Steel. Okay, that's fine. So we can trash this for 4. I think we will. So if we come back for the degree mill, we have to shuffle 2 cards into our deck. Which there's two like lines of thought here. One of them is that we could shuffle back in our clone chip. Or we can pull a program with it. No, that's bad. Let's just shuffle back our stuff. That's fine. The turntable looks really good if they're running 3-pointers, but it looks like they're also running a diverse spread of agenda. Okay, now it's an IP block. We're going to spend more money than them. We can't actually break it. Our breaker is not paperclip, so this comes in a 3 strength. So we are short ones, so you can fire it. Mind you, this deck also doesn't run Amakua. I think a lot of people want to play Amaku with Freedom. It's a bit anti-synergistic if you ask me. Are they actually spending money on this? If they spend all their money on it, I'm totally okay with it. No, it's only 3. Okay. So, we're still going through. Stealing this, so we'll shuffle 2 cards back in. I actually think we're going to shuffle these 2 in. Because this is really good. We have 2 of these. Actually, wait. Shuffle back in. How many Tripanos do we have? I think we need to keep this clone chip because it accesses a Tripano. We got to get rid of this archer. Corey says, I think Amaku is worth it because you should have an AI. I don't know about that. I think Tripano is meant to be an AI. This is the card that we need it to be. So if we install this, then we're weak to hard-hitting news. So I think we're actually just going to draw here. Next turn we play that. If they play another scarcity from hand, actually we know what this card is, right? No, because they rezzed. We found the current. The problem with Amaku is if you're using your ability to trash things also, you don't get the Amaku counter. It seems a bit weird. It's a backup option, maybe. Yeah, 3 times Amaku seems bad. Maybe it's a 1-of, it's cute. Yeah, I agree with you, Raven. It's a 1-of, it's fine. They might have another scarcity in hand. If they do, it's fine. We did just draw our current. And this remote sucks. We know there's an archer. We're now on 4 points. So it looks like so far we don't need a barrier breaker. I'm going to go ahead and clone chip onto this. Still gives us enough money for the liberated. And then we'll get a virus counter, which will be good. We could actually consider running that. I don't want to. So we're going to do this on their turn, specifically, so that it gets a virus counter when our turn starts. It helps it a fair bit. And even if they score an agenda here, they'll be down to 0 credits, so I really don't care. I think actually resing this was a mistake. This Hollywood, because they cost 5. We paid 4. Didn't seem great. So money matters. Let's get that down. We want to click this twice. Probably, otherwise we're drawing once here, which isn't terrible. We can also consider putting down a clone chip, which gives us access to second trip and O, so we can like fast trip and O the archer. But we also maybe want to trip and O the ULA. We definitely want to get this down. Question is whether we draw and hit this again. I think with just enough money, we have enough pressure here that probably money's enough. But this deck, mind you, only runs 2 Liberated, and that's it. Like at some point in the game, we're run out of economy cards. Like we play both of our ULAs. I think we have 3 daily casts. We have 1 gamble left and 1 dirty laundry, and there's just not economy in this deck anymore. Was soul scarcity resources ever a meta thing? It was. It definitely was. Specifically like a couple months ago where it was like the huge Anarch package. Anarch resource package was like the big hot thing. Alright, so we can trash this next turn. So they either perch here or lose the archer. Both of them are very good. And if we want to run, we need to keep our money up because we're going to risk hard hitting news and C-source and stuff like that. So I think we're going to start drawing here. I also want to put this one down before we run HQ. Because then we can consider contesting the remote. It also makes IP block better. Turning Well's actually not that great against Harpsichord. It ensures that you find 1 agenda. We also want to install more things than we need if they're playing degree mills. That being said, the next degree mill wins, so likely as long as we don't find a news team, so whatever. We'll install this before they play another scarcity. Neo Prime, how's it going? I don't recognize that name. Are you new around this place? If so, welcome. They did a purge. We got a free turn. And it only bought him, like, what, 1 turn maybe? How are you doing? All right, so this is a 2. Next turn will be a 4. So we want to speed it up. We'd have to clone chip out another trip and O, which might do it. New here. Hey! Well, thanks for dropping by. So they just lost the whole turn to protect their archer. I think they're going to lose their archer anyway. Finding the second virus breeding grounds now makes it really hard to purge. That card we definitely don't need. There's the casts. I think we can draw once, install the casts, and then throw out this Black Orchestra. It doesn't do much in our hand. But we don't actually need it anywhere else. It's also good to kind of keep 4 credits on liberated accounts when you're playing against NBN. Because if you do ever lose your money to closed accounts, you can always click for 4. And it's harder for them to do like C-source closed accounts, trash this thing. It just makes it a bit more difficult. So installing this definitely is right. I think it's actually probably clone chip in this. This makes the purge seem a bit worse. And also lets us pull out our Yusuf once we trash this and when we start running HQ, which is probably right. Is this list on the NRDB? Hot dog, this is the deck list of the week, unchanged. Oh, this is probably Namani Sanai. Oh, fuck. Yeah, you can find it. It's on the front page. Grab a bingo card and join. Happily, what's up? Is that the proper bingo that was on the front page? Or not the front page, but it was on Reddit. Okay, so we can't trash this yet. This could be a big old 5-3, but turntable means we're not that worried about it. If this is an Amani Sanai, it's particularly nasty. So I think we want to run this. We can also play this, but if they score that, it doesn't matter. I'd rather play around scarcity. So let's go run server 9. We could also just run this server. Like, what could it possibly be? If it's an NGO front, we spend 3 credits. They gain 8. That's pretty bad. Actually, we spend 2. Makes it a bit better. Deck list of the week. Sir, hold on. They have probably 2 more NGO fronts in the game, and if we play Hacktivist, it makes NGO a bit worse, but running Archives seems really bad. I think we'll run this first and see what it is, and then from there we can decide, because we're pretty sure this is an archer that can't res. You shuffled away turntable. Wow, shit, yeah, you're right, we did. We'll find it. 1 in 16, very bad draw. Commercial Bankers Group. So we use a virus counter here. It doesn't slow us down, because next turn we'll have 2 + 3, so that's totally acceptable. And we'll trash it off of this one. I don't mind if they score that. We ran though, so if they gain 8 from this, if it is an NGO front, we're going to need to take our liberated accounts money. So we're not going to be running anywhere else this turn, so we can definitely draw up. Lizzie, you doubted. You doubted. Of course we're going to find our turntable. So good. I think we just want to hit this and take a credit. Make sure that credit differential is as good as possible. Because once they do score an agenda, C-Source Exchange is really bad when we have a 3-pointer scored. It's an improved version. I added a few more things and turned for a list from a bunch of proper 4x4 bingo cards. I gotta check it out. It is the NGO front. So glad that we did our money turn, because otherwise we'd be in a pretty bad spot. Let me see this card. Go fast. I haven't said fuck a duck in a long time, I'll be honest. I just said it. Technically value. This is really good. What's up? Oh man, there's a bunch of these. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's pretty on brand. I'm down with that. Okay, what's happening? C-Source is coming out. We have the link. They close the prompt. I'm trying not to say what is on the bingo card now. What's going on here? No C-Source? Did C-Source fire? Because they didn't install C-Source, so now it's just like value C-Source. Well, what happened? Install C-Source. Oh, dude up. Coming back to Netrunner, stopped in 2014. Relearning the new cards, meta, and how to play in Jinteki. Nero, if you have any questions about how Jinteki works, don't hesitate to ask. The meta right now is really great. If you played back in 2014, it's actually relatively close to that. The new core set has been great, the revised core set. It took out a lot of the most problematic cards and made a much more interesting Netrunner, I think. Netrunner's really good right now. I'm a big fan. NZS. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? Welcome to the YouTube chat. Diet says in before contract killer kills Maxwell. It'll be fine. We have another one in our deck. It's okay. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. That must be on the card. I'm not sure what they're doing. I really don't know. I think yep. It says on my end that I'm waiting for you to boost. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I don't know. I think they goofed the value C-Source. Okay. Spend forward, increase the trace to 7. So this is a last click. Which means it doesn't matter unless there is a, what's it called here? The only thing that we're weak to if we just take the tag and clear it is that we're weak to Zealous Judge. That being said, they have to res Zealous Judge for 2 and then we can go trash it. So we're just gonna go ahead and take a tag here. We don't want to pay 6. We have no clicks left. I don't care if we have a tag. So we're gonna just trash this, remove the tag, run HQ. They can score 1 agenda, it'll be fine. It makes turntable turned on, and then we win when we steal an agenda, swap this. So let's just remove the tag. We're gonna move here. We're gonna ask action, because now they could have a Cyberdex virus suite, which could purge all of our things. So we're gonna wait for actions between our clicks. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, cool. So Archer's down. Wow, so they spent an agenda for the Archer and got nothing from it. Running last click into HQ is kind of scary because of only TGTBT. We have considerably more money than them. This could actually be the card that the next commercial bankers group. Yeah, okay, I'll check it. We pay 2 for it, which sucks. We might not have needed to do that. I don't think they would purge next turn. We probably even didn't need to blow that up. I'm grabbing at straws. Let's see. It's an award bait. Oh shit, we got baited. So this puts 2 advancement counters on any card that can't be advanced. So it looks like that might be a big deal, a food, a 5/3, anything like that. That being said, once they score it, they are weak to the turntable. And if they score it, they both go down to 5 credits and don't ice HQ. If this is an NGO front, that's the worst case scenario, where they get the free NGO and then they hit us with a hard-hitting news, which would be bad. But it looks like they got the food. That's the restricted card. Don't worry about Fairchild 3.0 anymore. So now we're going to go ahead and try and get an upset here. Get this down. We can actually consider clone chipping for Tripano now. Or not for Tripano, for Yusuf. Just so that we can get more virus counters and to run. I think we have another clone chip in hand. So I think I like the sound of that. So we're going to be running HQ. Before we make the successful run, we're going to spend this to get out the Yusuf, which is a really good breaker. Because it's basically like Data Sucker on all servers, and it makes trashing things really easy. So while we didn't get a card here, we're going to go again, and now we can trash cards of 3 strength, or 3 cost, and you need to deal with this card. Another Raven. Okay. One more shot. We can actually trash the Raven. Exchange of information. Trash that card for free. Value. And now they need to ice this up. It's a shame we didn't hit the Raven on that last run. Even if they res the Raven, we can, in theory, trash it. Okay, now the Archer's back on. Yikes. So, the thing about the Archers, they have to be able to res this and res this. So we're going to run HQ if they res the Raven. Because with the Maxwell James, if they res the Archer on this remote server, they're in a bad spot. So we're going to run HQ, run server 1, then run server 11 in that order. We can also break this for free if we need to, which is good. If they res the Raven here, they can't afford the Archer, so that's fine. So it's one or the other. If this is an Archer, it'd be bad. If this is the third Archer. But at least they're throwing away a food for it, and all we lose is their Yusuf, which actually isn't that bad. So we're getting in single card here. And we don't know any of these cards. This one or any of these two, they're all new to us. This is where this thing gets rolling, right? Like, this card is really good. It's a Bio Vault, which it's more likely that we want to trash this one for free than trash either of these. So we're going to go ahead and trash this one for free. That's a really strong card. So now we can run server 1. It's more likely that this is an asset. Things like Amani Sinai, we don't have to worry about if we diffuse this remote first. And if this is Bankers, we can trash it for 2. If there is the Archer here, it's going to be really bad for them. We could actually break this. I think breaking it is fine. So, save this money. So add strength. Break barrier subroutines. We don't have to break one subroutine on this thing because the other one only matters if you are tagged. So we can access this card. Again, if this is a 1-point agenda, I think we win. It's Amani Sinai. That largely doesn't matter, unless this is an agenda, which we're going to go find out next click. This one doesn't really matter, because this is the only card that they can fast advance out of their hand, considering the fact that they have no cards in hand. So if this is an agenda, that would be ugly, but we really don't have to deal with that one just yet. We broke the server for free. Yusuf is a good card. That's a Bankers group, so that makes sense. I wish we had a bit more money here. We can run HQ just to get another counter on that, but that's not particularly good. I think I want to draw into our next Dirty Laundry or our last Sure Gamble. Both of those would be pretty fine. We also could consider putting down our clone chip to get rid of this ice. I like that a lot. 10 credits seems like enough. Yeah, we'll put this down. That threatens a bunch of stuff. Okay. We're still going. I'm going to refill my mason jar with water. Bingo players. If you're just tuning in, by the way, my name's Andre. How's it going? Welcome to the Match Ball Grid. So they don't have anywhere to jam agendas without installing over their Amani Sinai. So we just slam HQ here, and they probably have to res the Raven. Once this is on 4, we can consider just like clone chipping on whatever they res or don't res. All right, 2 new cards in hand. We can actually put down the turning wheel, but I really don't think it matters because we only steal 1 agenda a turn, and the first agenda we still wins us the game. So I don't want to play the turntable. It doesn't matter that much. If they had a lot of ice, we can also just jam a turntable and bounce off the ULA. Turntable's good here because we're bouncing off. So we could take a tag and get an access. The tag means that they can score a Quantum Kitty. That's it. We can clear the tag, and the trace is only 2. So it basically costs us about 5 credits to get through this. I'd rather just delete it next turn with our last Tripano. So we're going to let that end the run. We could also just install Turning Wheel and now slam into this. It's not bad. Let's draw once. Oh, okay. Let's try again. There's just not enough economy in this deck. Like, we just don't have enough money. I wish we had more money. Let's find the next daily casts. Damn. There, Bray, what's up? What? I'm not just tuning in. My name's still Andre. How's it going there, Bray? Hopefully you're having a good week. How's it been doing? Water? Looks like vodka. It's largely water. I think we have a beer here that we're gonna crack at some point, but card in server 1, that's gonna be an overinstall. And we want to get through this one before we get through that one, if that is the Archer. This could be an NGO front. We gotta think. If this is an NGO front, if it is a food, it's also okay. It's acceptable. And the question is, do we want to trash the Archer? I think we want to trash this. It's going to take our whole turn. Because then if they score this, HQ is a problem. So we're going to choose to do a fork here. We're going to put a counter on that. Start turn. This can't be a Cyberdex Fire Suite. So we're just gonna go ahead and melt this. I hate how much I love Harpsichord. It's a terrible addiction. They're not even running wands, it looks like. There's also a chance we don't have to do this. I don't think they purge next turn, so we might be losing a click here. Let alone our whole turn and not being able to capitalize on it. Maybe that's a mistake. Well, because actually Russian for a little water. I don't know how to say little. Maichem water. It's an NGO front, so luckily we did not run, because otherwise we would get hard hitting news. Now they have the credits for ice. So they might just replace that ice immediately, which seems bad, but Data Raven's a pretty good ice as far as things go. Clots, how's it going? Vodka consists of 40% alcohol and 60% water. Technically, it's called water, yeah. All right, so now they credits are equal. I think we run HQ first, see this card, then run this, then run that. We run HQ first, so they can't res the archer. The trace here we can also break. Like we can run the server for free, this server for free. It's a TBTBT, we win. Very good game. So we forked them. They couldn't install all 3 agendas. If another one of these agendas, that's it. Like this turntable is absolutely so good against a deck that runs 1-pointers and 3-pointers. And it looks like they're running a varied agenda suite because they might actually be relying entirely on Old Hollywood Grid. Yeah, turntable is a good one, huh? Thanks for the game, eh? 60% correct. I think this has enough money considering it's trash for free and break many for free, but SOR really hits you pretty bad. Yeah, the thing is, like, generally you have to use your MK Ultra and your Black Orchestra. Like if they ran ice like Enigma, we have to be paid 3 to break. The fact that they only ran like the biggest ice, Archer and ULA, means that we had to rely on Tripano, and because their deck had pretty bad economy comparatively, they weren't going fast. Like imagine they had economy every turn to put another ice on here and put something in the server. Like you just can't keep up with Tripano. So we could rely on that, but if we had to like run the server every 2 turns, we were boned. We literally can't do that, and this doesn't have stim hack. It just doesn't have enough economy, let alone draw. Hey, my pleasure. Thanks you too. That'd be hilarious if that was vodka this entire time. I just started a Netrunner Dorks thread on new player playing IDs for the first time. Oh no way! Oh sweet. Netrunner Dorks, if you don't know, is the Facebook group. Check it out. Oh. Again for the game. All right, so we're gonna do the quick changes to this deck. I like the changes that were suggested by Ruby Vroom. We're gonna play another game of that. After that, we're gonna jump into some news, and then we're gonna go to some. I think we're doing some deck construction tonight. Thanks, cheers. All right, so this deck. Let's do these suggestions. The SMC, mind you, didn't matter because we mailed it. 2 Earthrise coming out, and we're putting in 2 Laguna for better draw, Career Fair for better economy, another Virus Breeding Grounds is a good card, Yusuf, a fantastic card, and if we're running Inject, we want more of these than we need, and another Liberated Accounts, which is another 12 credits or so in the deck, which helps. And this card actually lets you go faster, which means that we can kind of keep the pressure. Like we can draw 2, run HQ, do some great stuff. Vicky, what's up? Mining Accidents would have been nice. They would have been okay. Yeah, Mining Accident was not, it's not bad. It's not at all bad. And that's the thing with Freedom. Like, I think Freedom is really good if you can run central servers every turn. And this deck is more focused on, like, getting through barriers for cheap and, like, trashing their ice kind of slowly. But Mining Accident also helps with that. Like, you can run Mimic, Data Sucker, Mining Accident, get through stuff really cheap and kind of just snowball, get more counters with Data Sucker and keep going. Yeah, there's also a chance that running Cyber Feeder isn't wrong. Crazy enough, because you install a lot of viruses. It gives you 1 credit a turn to run. It's not a terrible card. It's comparable to Underworld Contacts, besides actually not being real economy, because you will still get hard-hitting news and stuff. So we're taking one of those out, taking out the David and the Clot. They didn't matter in this matchup. The David actually is not terrible. So we're putting a Virus Breeding Grounds, another Yusuf, a Career Fair, 2 Lagunas. Liberated. Wait, we gotta take out more stuff. Oh yeah, these come out. Laguna. Which is not a bad card. I think that's it, right? Career Fair, Virus Breeding Ground Light. Yeah, okay. So we have more virus threats, so their trip and O's are a bit faster and more easy. We have more central pressure with this card. We still have this cool pressure package. We have more economy. We have more economy here too. We have better card draw. Like, this costs almost the same as an Earthrise Hotel, and we can draw a lot more with them, which is cool. They are unique, which is a bit clumsy, but so be it. And then everything else is pretty good. This card is also the next one I would consider cutting. I don't know how good this card is. Having a current does matter. Whether that's better to be interdiction or something else is kind of up to you to decide. And you can also consider swapping turntable for like Knob Curie, but I don't think it's at all necessary. So let's give this one a shot. Oof, how's everyone doing? Freedom's been interesting. Oh, that's not right. That's a runner. Oh man, I had the stream running in another window. Oh, my bandwidth. My bandwidth. That's better. Oh shit, I gotta pick a deck. Thanks, you too. Okay, so we're playing against Biotech, which is a flip ID. Means that they have 3 choices of IDs. One of them lets them shuffle all of archives back into their R&D. That's the least common. The other one lets them fast advance, puts 4 counters on a card. You can use that to score agendas. You can use that to score Ronins and traps. And lastly, you could play the one that does 2 damage, which is likely what this is. Our hand is not amazing. 2 economy cards is actually pretty good, but I want to find our breakers as soon as possible so they can't rush. This could be a rush ID, like jam and Nisei, 1 piece of ice, and then next turn they flip it, and then they're on. We also want to find an I've had worse, because they're probably doing damage to us, and that's a really good card, so that's worse. Hey, Jim says, system outage, Freedom is plenty of acid pressure. I think that's probably fine, right? Because that is true. Freedom is really good against acid decks, so I don't think you need Hacktivist. It's something like system outage, which maybe they lose 1 or 2 credits, could be an option. The interdiction is fine. Are there other currents? You could maybe run Scrubbed. I'm not sure. Woof, woof. What is this? This could be, easily could be actually a Mwanza. If this is some sort of punitive deck, right? Like we steal a lot of agendas and then we die, but no matter what, it's not happening. All right, that's good. We have those breakers. We have a way to trash ice. We want to get one of these into the bin. So I think we're going to draw again because we want to play this. If we career figure it out, it's even better. So we're going to just do credit install that, which is pretty rough actually. I don't think we do credit install that. I think we just do credit and throw out both of these. If they have arc lockdown, it's absolutely brutal. But credit install that puts us down to 0 and then they can rush behind it. I don't want to do that. This plays into scarcity, but most damage decks don't run scarcity. Maui, Andre, playing any other card board games recently? Yeah. I play Arkham Horror, the card game. It's a great game. What else did I play? Dinosaur Island I've been enjoying a lot. It's been really good. We played something else recently. I picked up Fuse. It's like a dice game. It's like a 10-minute dice game I actually like a lot. The art is kind of ugly, but it's fun. What are you into, Maui? There's a lot of good stuff. I don't have that much time to play other stuff though. Like a Netrunner takes up a lot of it, and now we go on Monday pub runner nights, and then we're like playing Arkham there, and then people get upset because we like 4 of us go off and do a different thing, which is pretty bad. All right, so I wanted to draw into career fairs so that we didn't have to play this out and go down. That's actually even better because we can play this and then play that. Now, a problem here is if this is a grind deck, we're only a 45 card deck and every card counts, so we're going to try and play as few things as possible. If this is a Mwanza, we want to hit with an I've had worse while we run HQ, and we want to, well, we can trash it for free, which is good. Piox, how's it going? Have you tried your standard Scorpios deck against my friends? It worked. Oh, I tried your Scorpios deck against my friends. It worked really well and they were sad. Seems about right. Like, no one loves playing against that ID or that archetype. Oh, they drew last click, which isn't the best. I always call that out because they could have drawn a better ice. Yeah, I haven't done enough testing with that deck yet. It seems always to be like the deck that will have, oh, 10 minutes left in the stream. Let's play a fast deck, and that's how we get more testing done. So, 2 breakers. We want our Sentry Breaker. Let's find our Sentry Breaker. We have an I've had worse, a career fair, and another liberated. Both of those are really good. Card draw is really good. We have this in hand to recover. So the other option is career fairing down a liberated or career fairing down this. Now we have 8 cards and we need to spend all our clicks installing them. So I think we're actually going to go for this one. And then we have to install something last click. I think we're actually going to go install the Yusuf. It takes up most of our MU, which is kind of clumsy. We have the MU card in our hand to deal with it, but this plus 2 breakers is all we need. And this means Cortex Lock is a bunch worse. It also means that we can deal with Kakugo if we hit it. Actually, no, we need a virus counter. I've got half my office playing games at lunch. No way, 30 people now? Monday I'm going to teach A&R to them. Oh, I see. They're playing other games. At first, I hope a few coworkers. Find some simple decks, Maui. I recommend if you're teaching Netrunner, find decks that are smaller, play to 6 points. Don't worry about influence, play simple things. Don't overload the mechanics. Like, don't show Trace turn 1 or game 1. Like, minimize it. That's a great game. Is calling people out for drawing last click the same as playing your turn? Yeah, it is. Mario says, have you tried Ashes? Give Ashes a try. I have when it came out. I thought it was okay. I'm not that big on board control games like that. Pat, who you might see on stream, owns all of Ashes, plays a lot of it. But it was very cool. I like the idea that you can always like summon things. It feels better than like dealing on deck draw a lot of times. And saying, thanks for the game. Kamala is so good against anything but the best fast events decks. No chance. Thanks for the game. Start playing Arkham Horror. Oh, we played against you, Ed. Yeah. Hey, thanks for the game too. Arkham Horror is really good. Okay, if we face check into this, if it is a Sentry, that's the only bad case. We have this in hand. We definitely want to install this though, because it's only a 1 of in the deck, and if we lose it, our MU is like real crushed. Losing this would kind of be bad. If we need to break a DNA tracker, which will put them down to 5 credits, which isn't terrible for us, it's going to cost us 12, which is not going to happen. So let's just make this not a DNA tracker. This could be a Psychic Field. Snare. It's an Enigma. Okay. We get through that. That's most of our money. Hopefully this doesn't cost credits. It's a Viral Weaponization. Oh shit. Okay. So this card is new. In a turn ends in which they score it, looks like they're trying to fast advance it. It does all the damage. So now they have more credits than us, which sucks for hard-hitting news. It's bad for punitive. Not that this is a good punitive target. So we're going to go ahead and hit the money button. They're also playing this and Obokata, other 3-pointers. The turntable is a bit better. We'll see how this goes. Anders, how's it going? Never seen you live because I live in Europe, but I'm in Vegas, baby, this week. So we went doing Vegas. Watch Netrunner. How's it going? Hopefully you're enjoying your time in Vegas. Thanks for dropping by. What are you, 3 hours behind, I think? I think that's where Vegas is at. All right, so another ice, another agenda. They have not been jamming things in a remote, so the fact that they're jamming agendas 2 turns in a row is pretty plausible. Also, the fact that they can put 4 advancements on a card at once is also pretty alive and well. I still think we want to smash into this because we do have the I've had worse. You can also double draw here, but I don't think there's anything that does more than 4 net damage. It's like Chiashi, they can't res DNA. We'll be fine. Let's try it again. And we also got a Yusuf counter. Technically value, right? We can break 2 Enigmas in a row. Looks like it might be... Why did they res the Mwanza? That does not do what you think it does. Wait, what? Wait. That works? Holy shit. Okay, so this is access a card in HQ if they do trash the Kitsune. But this says when there are access cards from this server. This works. Does this work? Does this work? What's it called? Oh man. The fox. What's the fox's name? There's no way. Interesting. Kitsune. Does that work? It's a card from that server, but it's not in that server, is it? Huh. Interesting. Oh, that problem. Okay. So Ward, no one answered this. That didn't get answered in the UFAC. All right, let's do it. Yeah, do it up. Okay, so this fires. So we're gonna access 4 cards. They gain 10 credits. Wow, that's cool. We're not gonna access this though, so they only get 8, not 10. Excuse me. So we hit a snare. We're gonna pay 0 to trash that. It hit our I've had worse, which is pretty good. We hit a breach dome. Pay 0 to trash that. Oh, we hit another I've had worse. We're not dying on this one. Shipment from Tenant. Okay, running is good. And another snare, which they can pay for, and hit the last I've had worse. Damn, we're good. We gotta pay 3 for this. We're still gonna access because nothing kills us. They have 0 credits. They should get an 8 now, though. This applies even during the run on which the runner trashes one's a city grid. Oh, you should have 8, right? Oh, it's after the run. Oh, so it's after this one too. What? Oh, that's not from this server. Okay, I paid 3. That's wild. I love this and I don't want you to tell me it doesn't work. Yeah, it looks like that does work. So they won't get money on this. So this fires after the run, which means they can't fire the last snare. It's a daily business show, which we can trash for free. This is such a good card. Wow, that was wild. Now we hit 2 snares. Luckily we hit all our I've had worses. We lost a 1 Kamala, everything that. So that's honestly not that bad. We want to get this one down for sure. That's really good. With 8, if they had 0 credits, like we would start pressuring things. Gossip, how's it going? Following. How you doing? We have 2 tags. That I forgot about. If we want to clear the tags, we didn't see the agenda, so it can't be punitive. Yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and clear the tags. Nah, I don't want to lose this. This card's too good. Woo! How's it going, Seb? So running HQ is really bad. It gives them a lot of money. This card's dope. It's a really cool card. The fact, though, is that all these snares are out of the game and 1 Breach Dome. This also might be another Breach Dome. It means that this card actually is kind of a liability for them. So do we want to inject or do you want to hit this? I don't want to inject. I want to find our programs. Oh, you hit draw. Never mind. So that's good. Playing this would be good. We don't want to play this because it goes down to 0. So I think we're just going to click for 3. That means we didn't run, so they can shipment out. They only drew 1 new card, though. It's shipment and 1 other card. So if they top deck a 3-2, so be it. We have turntable. It's not that bad. If they top deck like a 3-1, they're probably running House of Knives, stuff like that. Yeah, those 2 I've had worses were really good, or we could have died. I was only going to run HQ when we had I've had worses, but that's better. Okay, now they have a lot of money. Back to Netrunner after 2 decades. I'm working on my core 2.0 decks. Any recommendation on where to learn strategies for Wayland, Jateki, Gabriel, and Reina Roja? I don't have any good resources to recommend. If you watch out, Seb, we'll do some core set only stuff, revised core set only stuff on this channel in the near future. Does this work? Yeah, if you follow on Twitter, we'll be putting messages out about that. But there's been a lot of requests for like newer stuff from like the core set, so it'll be coming out. I don't have anything inherent. Like they all play different. If you're playing just the core set, they all have like pretty different win conditions. I'm not even that familiar with that. No, these are not good. All right, let's get our draw going. I don't want to throw out cards. I want to use all our cards. We still don't have a Sentry Breaker, so like a Nancy would be brutal. Just take the money. I got you on Twitter. Oh, nice. You got a Facebook page? No, we don't. Oh yeah, Team Covenant did it. Team Covenant did some videos where it's like revised core set plus 1 data pack, and they talk through their stuff. I didn't watch all the videos, but other people said they were good, so check that out. It's probably a good start. They're going for that remote. They're really going for the remote. The thing here is if we run HQ, we give them 1 billion credits, which might be, which honestly might matter. We also trash this for free though. We've hit 2 snares so far. The chance of this being really bad for us depends on this ice. I actually want to do it. And we might lose this for sure. We can also inject first. Let's just hope we hit the inject. Let's go HQ. We trash this one for free. We need to get rid of it. I don't care if they have the difference between 14 and 24 credits. Actually, that does matter a lot, but we'll be able to trash 2 cross card. It's the Nancy that we talked about. We just talked about this. Okay, thinking. Okay, so now we probably don't want to give him 10. So if we install MK Ultra, it costs too much to break. We install for 2, and then we have to break this for 369, so that's 11. So we're just gonna go ahead and let that one fire. Yikes. We're hitting all the big eyes. Now we don't access. Spags made at least a few of the decks. Maui, when did you get on Twitter last week? Last week it happened. I'm very new to it. I'm doing a bad job, I'll be honest. I'm not doing a great job. We don't want to break, like, we could consider breaking some of these subroutines, but we might as well just let them fire, because we have to break all of them unless we take the 3 net damage. You should do Core plus Rain and Reverie when it comes out. I think that's probably the best place to start. I like that, Zach. Gadzooks. Timberling, how's it going? Yeah, this is not good. We're not gonna access HQ now though, because they can draw a snare too, and makes them ones that even better. We'll pay 2 to draw a card. It's fine. Oh fuck, we lose both of these, we're gonna look dumb. Okay. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna jack out here. It's fine. Yeah, this deck kind of struggles against ice. So we need to trash that. We got 2 more tripping on our deck. And if we inject, we lose them. So we're just not going to inject. You see? If you inject, you lose them. We learned something important today. Fuck your ass. This will die in 2 turns. Jamie, how's it going? How you doing? I missed chat. Why should I try? What should I try? Sorry, I actually opened the previous videos. What should you try? So basic stuff that's really good. I love saying to play Gabriel Santiago in the core set. Running HQ every turn, face checking dice. Those are actually pretty good things to do in Netrunner. People don't run HQ enough. Criminal, you're probably gonna have to splash cards from other factions to do is good. The easiest like Netrunner to play probably in the core set is just Shaper, because you have Magnum Opus, you have good breakers, you have really good multi-axes, and it's probably the best. The easiest to play on the corp side is probably HB, Stronger Together. You have good ice, you have fast advance, you can score with Biotic Labor agendas from hand if you need to, and you have good defensive upgrades. Those are pretty simple starts. Anarch is a bit more tricky and clumsy, and a bit more aggressive. If we don't run this, they get 4 advancement counters on it, and they score a viral weaponization and blow our hand up. Seems bad. So we're going to play around the viral weaponization by playing as many cards as we can. Now the problem is if we play around it too aggressively, we die to show of force. This seems like a happy compromise. Let's go. Play the Professor. Professor's not in the core set though. Professor's fun. Go ahead, fast advance out. They actually might not even be on fast advance. They might be doing shipment from Tenon to score out their 4-2, and then they're like still to flip to kill. Finish streaming now, just painting and watching a fellow. Hey, how's it going? How's your stream go? I didn't realize you were streaming on Thursday. All right, so they purged, which would that buy them? Nothing. Because we still threaten to trash this thing next turn. It literally does nothing. I think they wasted a turn on it. They got a free draw. Maybe they want us to draw more, which is something I feel like we don't want to do. But like next turn, this dies. So I don't know how good that is. Only 16 cards left in our stack. We could run R&D. Don't have enough money. We're clicking for credits. That's what we do sometimes. Good breakers in pipeline. Yeah, right? Reina, Cyberfeeder, Darwin. Okay, they're fast advancing out here. Double shipment from Tenon. Ooh. Ooh. We didn't run. So this is going to hit. It's going to blow up our whole hand. Now there's a chance this is the card that says that we can't draw more than 2 cards in a turn. It could be the, they have to res it now. It could be the, what's it called? The, there's a name. It's like 1 to trash, 5 to trash, 1 to res, Genetics Pavilion. So we can go ahead and trash this. The rest of our turn sucks anyways. And they have no money. The thing is, as soon as we run HQ, they have 1 billion credits. Like, this card's crazy. Actually, it's pretty good right now. Yeah, fuck it. We died of 1 snare. We died of 1 snare. Genetics Pavilion. Got it. So they could res a Cyberdex Virus Suite to mill this. Okay. So if we run HQ and we hit a snare, we 100% die. But this is the best time to turn this off and trash that. Oh, well, you have no clicks left. Never mind. Good, we won't die to snare. We also didn't run, which is important, so that we can't die to this. If we run, they could do like neural biotic labor if they have it, and then like flip it over. Oh shit, something's happening. Oh, they're just going to score another agenda. If this is a Nisei, which it actually might be, we at least have turntable. And also running HQ is now really easy. So they're flipping their identity. So identity was 4 tokens, and it's actually a free corporate sales team, which is also still a pretty good turntable target. Okay, I think we're actually going to draw here. We don't want to inject. This draws some amount of cards. This draws probably more and it's cheaper. And now we can run HQ. They're only going to get 4 credits. We trash that one for free. And then we can start considering running R&D. But our money is not that good. We're going to start building virus counters here, which is really good. So do card from hand first. It's a Breach Dome. We'll trash that. We also lost off the top of their deck, mind you, the other Yusuf. And then Wanza, which we'll trash for free with Freedom. And now they have 12 credits back in the game. And this could be the winning agenda in some way, but now the HQ pressure is really alive and well. I think we need a run here. We did our trash though, which is not great. It's not the best time to run. I think we actually want to career fair this down and get the money. Our card draw is actually really good here. We can like do draw, run HQ, run R&D. But we need to keep the pressure on because they can probably fast advance out. We do trash shipping from Tenon relatively easily, which is good. We have a counter built into fast advance. I keep thinking this card is a 1 credit. It's 2. So they install this. It's either they want to protect this or something. No matter what, we're running this turn. So I think we're going to draw Laguna twice. That's our first Sentry Breaker, and we can run R&D here. Let's see how big this is. They can't flip to kill. Yeah, they can't flip to kill for sure. Ooh, free accesses. We can trash it. Almost anything here. It's a Kronos project. We're going to steal that. We're going to swap that for that. Let's keep going. So now we rob them 7 credits. They could 24/7 news cycle this if they wanted to. It'd be pretty abysmal, but I'm so glad that they didn't fast advance this because, oh, actually, no, we have everything we need. We're fine. It's a Cortex lock. That actually is not that hard to play around. It really isn't that hard to play around that. We might as well trash it. They're going to be coming off of these. That's our turn. I probably shouldn't have trashed that, actually. I forgot that was our last click, because that means they draw the Cortex Lock, and the Cortex Lock is a pretty bad draw. Because it's very easy for us to fill up our MU. Actually, maybe not. They might just score this. But we put them far back. We put them from 4 points to 3 points, so it looks like they're going to start advancing whatever's in here. We're just going to slam R&D over and over again. The fact that they're not rezzing is really strange. I don't know what that could possibly be. It's a Mwanza. We'll trash that for free. We'll just keep going, keep the pressure on. Just notice the updated MU display. Yeah, that came in just this week. That's really cool. They fixed a bunch of stuff with hosting and stuff like that. It's another viral weaponization. We're going to go ahead and swap that with their viral weaponization. It just feels right, you know? And we could win right here. It'd be cool. Why are they not rezzing? It's an Obakata. Oh, GG. Why were they not rezzing? That's weird. We're not going to swap that. What was in front of our R&D? That was weird. Maybe it is a Kitsune. Yeah, that probably makes sense. Kitsune is pretty cool. Oh, it's an Anansi. Ooh, ooh. Why didn't they res that? I guess they don't want to res that because as soon as they res it, like we free clone chip trash it. It would fire though. That'd be pretty good too. Wands are gonna single-handedly bring demolition around. That'd be so dope. I mean, push out of server 1 with that money. Yeah, there's agenda in server 1, huh? Because that's what they said. They didn't want to res this because they had 14 credits worth of ice on here that they really needed, and their money was running out. We did rob them 7 credits, which is pretty good. That Kitsune play is nuts. That was really cool. Nice. All right. With your virus counters, unprotected RD is a lot of accesses. Yeah. The trash accesses are really deep. And that's actually a really good thing also about Freedom. The fact that you can run R&D, trash a card, run R&D, and see another card makes the digs really deep. They make them so much deeper. It's kind of like Imp Medium. It feels a lot like Medium where you steal a thing. Like in theory, thanks. Hey, cheers. It's kind of like Medium used to be where you could see 2 cards or any multi-access, right? You see a card, you steal it, you trash it, you run back, you see 3 new cards. And like we ran R&D and through an trashing and stealing, like we saw a lot of cards that turn. That was really good. All right, that worked out. Yeah, Freedom has built-in multi-access. That's a much more succinct way of writing it, Maui. Okay, let's do our news thing. Imagine we have that graphic right now. Generally what we've been doing at some point is we've been talking about Netrunner news. We interrupt the stream to do some news. So let's run through the news today. If you're just tuning in, my name is Andre. This is Metropolitan Grid. How's it going? Today in Netrunner news, or this week in Netrunner news, FG put out an article talking about competitive play or organized play, more accurately, and this is regionals. So the regionals have been announced. The prize support has been announced, which is really cool. The participation for top 64. If there's only 64 players in your regional, you get this for free. This is Amina. Is V in there? Oh yeah, there is V. This is from what? Is this from Worlds? If Ben Terrell is there, V is there. I don't know if I recognize anyone else. Super cool. This is Amina. which Amina, I haven't figured out how to pronounce this one yet, but you might think, ooh, where's that art from? This art is gorgeous. This card's coming out in a new pack, by the way. This might be like spoilers to you. It's an interesting card. It's Leviathan ++, with a really mean ability, but the art is absolutely gorgeous. I like that a lot. If we're talking accessing singles, I like Top Hat, especially with equivocation support. Top Hat's not a bad card for one influence dice. I like that a lot. Top 16 gets these counters. I think these are acrylic. They're acrylic. There's 3s and 1s. Cool thing about counters from FFG, the official rule for FFG is that any organized play event, you can play with counters or things provided by FFG. So sometimes people play with their own tokens, and in theory, you can ask them like play with cardboard tokens, play with the core set tokens, and they have to abide by that because sometimes it's hard. If people are playing, I don't like those credit sticks. Some people have those sticks. I almost always want to ask people to play with other credits. But anyways, these are official currency from FFG. You also have a top 8 playmat. This is a card called Angolo. Also, this is the art is coming out in the next pack. It's a breaker. That's all I'm going to say. And you have top 4 gets an acrylic spot gloss plastic identity Cabernet Wu card. I'm assuming this white means that it's see-through. If that's the case, I'm down. I'm so down. If this isn't see-through, that white is ugly as sin, but I'm assuming it's transparent. So that's why the white is there, because that's actually really nice. And then lastly, you have these trophies. And these trophies are actually way more tasteful than they used to be. It's weird that it's Cabanessa in front of that's the new art for Doppelganger. It makes little to no sense, but it looks, at least looks pleasant. These actually look really good in person, these things. Anyways, so that's a regional support. If you're asking out, when is the regional? They finally did this, and a lot of regional dates have been announced already, but they've compiled all the ones at least for the United States. So if you want to check out a place in the United States, these are all the regionals. Canada will be coming soon. If you've been tuning in this channel, you know 28th of July in Montreal, 21st in July in October. In Toronto, 21st of July in Toronto, which sucks because that's the same date as New York City, which people like travel for both of these. Probably Rochester will see cross travel. The 2nd of June is in Winnipeg. 14th of July is Vancouver or British Columbia generically. I think it might be Victoria, not Vancouver. And then it's also 16th of June is Quebec City. The closest to me around here, it's usually there's more in the Northeast. Like there used to be store championships in New Hampshire that we would travel down to. We had lovely times in New Hampshire or Vermont, actually. Vermont, we traveled down to even more regularly. None of those are doing it. So the closest one to us right here is Cambridge, Massachusetts. I believe it's Cambridge, right? Also, Newington, Connecticut is probably equally far away, but we'll be figuring out which ones we'll be going to. But all your stuff is here, and you can contact the people, reserve spots, do all that good stuff. But it's all there. I'm just sad there's not one in Dallas, Fort Worth. Yeah, I don't know how these things get assigned, but there's like a lot of big cities that there's not a lot of them in. Like last year was one in New York. It seemed crazy. Anyways, is the number of regionals down this year? I don't know how I would possibly tell you. Maybe. It might be. I don't know. Anywho, another thing I want to talk about, because we're going to do a weird thing tonight. Today is Global Accessibility Awareness Day, which is something that comes up actually, came up at work today. This is accessibility awareness in terms of thinking, talking, and learning about digital accessibility, inclusion of people with different disabilities. And I work at Ubisoft, and I actually play Netrunner with a bunch of people that work in the research lab that do accessibility things. They did an AMA today. If you're a lot of people playing Netrunner, or some people playing Netrunner at least, maybe work in video game development and stuff like that, digital spaces. And I think it's really important to talk about accessibility. Specifically today, which is the Awareness Day. A bunch of stuff happened today. This is an AMA. One of these, David Toussaint, he's a Netrunner player in my meta who does research for Ubisoft. They just won a bunch of awards for doing really good subtitling, accessible subtitling in Assassin's Creed Origins. They did an AMA. If you want to read a bit about like accessibility in video games, how to add that, how to work towards that, you can do that here. It's really cool. Also, if you saw today, Microsoft announced controller. They just announced this like super cool adaptive controller that's like a bunch of parts. This is gonna be really exciting for getting people into gaming. It lets you remap your controls very simply. It's also gonna be really cool for like modding support. Anyways, that's all coming out today. So we might as well try this a little bit. I want to talk about colorblindness. This is a weird thing. This comes up actually a lot in board game design. A lot of people are colorblind. Like a ton of people are colorblind. Way more than I would have thought. The stats right now, it's like 8% of men are colorblind, which means statistically talking, there's somebody watching this stream right now that is colorblind. And that's kind of an issue when it comes to like board game design and card game design, because a lot of things are denoted entirely by color. I don't know if Netrunner is specifically blind, but I know I played Netrunner with people that are colorblind, and they've struggled identifying certain things. Now, Netrunner also uses shapes. It's not just color. Like if a card is orange, it also has the Anarch logo on it, so it can be a bit difficult. It's 1 in 200 women, mind you. Colorblindness apparently is like more common in men by like a large amount. I don't know why that is. Anyways, so I'm gonna try and do a thing right now because I found a plugin on the Firefox that simulates deuteranopia, which is the most common color blindness. And this is what Gentechie.net looks like for a fair bit of people. And I'm aware that a lot of people are going to see this in the VOD right now and be like, I don't want to look at this because it is kind of unpleasant to see, and that largely is true. And we want to see how unusable it is and see what we can learn from that, because I think it's actually relatively interesting. Deuteranopia is the most common, I'm probably saying that wrong, it's the most common type of color blindness. It means that you can't process green light, you have a lack of sensitivity to green light, so colors skew in a different way. So we're gonna see how bad this looks and kind of just like understand what it is to play this sort of thing with like a very surprisingly common disability that's like largely not addressed in a lot of modern stuff, which sucks. And I'm glad that more games and more board games and more design things are like realizing this sort of stuff, and that's cool. Let's try this out. Is there a website where you can paste a screenshot of your app website and show it with the most common color blindness? There is. There's a bunch of that. There's a whole bunch of these websites that let you like just see like, oh, this is what my app looks in color blindness, so you can tell whether or not it's usable or not. And that's like a really simple way to check whether your stuff is good. And like, again, 8% of the male population. That's a lot of people. Anyways, on top of that, this is Victoria Day. Victoria Day is a celebration in Canada. We have a long weekend. That is this Monday. So we have a long weekend, which means this Sunday, we're going to be doing something that I'm going to call Lake Victoria Day. Because I have the Monday off, we're going to be streaming on Sunday, and we're going to be streaming for 8 hours. We're going to be doing a whole day stream, Lake Victoria Day. We're going to be celebrating the Guitar Cycle. We're just going to be streaming all day. We're going to be trying to go through most of the cards that we haven't played so far in the Guitar Cycle and try it out. So if you're on Twitter, by the way, that's the next thing to talk about, is we're technically on Twitter. That wasn't 100% the right thing that we wanted to open. But we are now on Twitter. I haven't been doing the best job at it yet, but if you want to follow that, I will be updating this with like things and streaming schedule, especially when we're streaming not at the 8:45 Thursday schedule. So watch out for that. And we're going to start with a big stream on Sunday. If you have any decks specifically you want to try out, drop by, let me know what those are, and we'll give them a shot. But Victoria Day or the day before, we'll be streaming. Chat is saying Android phones can stimulate color blindness by default too. Try enabling for a while. It's really eye-opening. It is really eye-opening, and we're going to try it today and see what it looks like. 2 of my really close friends are green-red colorblind. Yeah, a lot of people are. A lot of people are. I want to know how Netrunner is like that. Immersion Monolith. This actually is a deck list that was submitted by John Walshaw. I don't know if John is watching this or watches the VOD at all, but it's an interesting deck, and I want to try it. I don't think John knows that we wanted to try it, but we will. That's all the news section. We're going to be jumping back into gameplay. So there we go. So this is an interesting deck. I think the YouTube one is called something like Folk Wrestling, and that's because this card came out, which is called Lamb, and Lamb is a pretty good card. It's an interesting card because it can make anything into a barrier, and that's kind of cool the way that it works specifically with Surfer, because if you make anything a barrier, you can start surfing down the line, and that's actually pretty cool because with these 2 programs you can basically challenge 1 server a turn for very little money, and very little money because we do have multi-threader, which is kind of cool. Multi-threader makes all this stuff a lot cheaper. We have a lot of things to install, mind you, which is why we have emergent creativity, which should help a bit. Now there's some really weird parts to this deck specifically that I don't know if I 100% agree with. This runs a new card. Also, I'm excited, Logic Bomb, to try this one out. And I think specifically Adjusted Chronotype is in this deck because of Logic Bomb. With Logic Bomb, this 3 install cost card saves you 1 click a turn for 3 separate turns. It seems pretty bad. 3 credits for that ability is just not worth it, let alone 4 influence. We also do have Quanjo PT in here, though, as well, which is okay in a fair bit of matchups, but like I don't think we're ever going to install the Adjusted Chronotype. It just doesn't seem right. So if we were to change this deck, I would definitely drop this. If we want to do something like that, we can always run Dorm Computer if we need to. But there's some also other cool cards I'm excited to try in here. We do have Jackpot, which is a new card. It might be okay, and everything else is largely the same. Problem here also is we don't have a lot of... we do have Turning Wheel Multi-Access, and we could also run RNG Key, which is probably good and worth doing and makes our R&D runs better. Lamilla, what's up? I'm not going to be active in chat tonight because I'm really going to try to sleep, but just to hang out while I crash. Happy hunting. Hey, thanks Lamilla for dropping by. Hope you're sleeping okay. Sunday, if you're around, we'll be back. So let's try this out. We got 3 brain cage also, which seems like too many. We don't actually really need a big hand size. It's good to get this down early, and that's it. In terms of directives, we're suggested to run the 3 ones besides always be running, so we get free card draw and the other ones. I don't know if we even need always be running when we have Logic Bomb. We'll try it too. Adam isn't multi-axis. Yeah, Adam is also technically multi-axis too, Jim. Yeah, on HQ specifically. So let's give this a shot. Trope is interesting. I don't actually know if we need it. It lets us recur cards like Logic Bomb. It lets us recur cards like Deuces Wild and Interdiction, I guess, or Sure Gamble. But I think we can definitely tune this up. The thing I'm most interested in is the Lamb engine, because the Lamb engine actually seems pretty reasonable. We also could go ahead and just run Lamb Paperclip or Lamb Yusuf, and they'll probably be fine either way we do it. But there's a lot to do here. We also have Feedback Filter, a card that I almost never play, because I just take the net damage and hope we win. We have a really big hand size too, so ooh, that is not easy to look at. That's the thing, a lot of people, this looks like, oh man, okay. Hope the view count enjoys this color, because this is what, yeah, this is what a lot of people look at this. Lamb Knifed, Third Braid. Lamb Knifed is dope. I don't know if we have the influence for it, but there's definitely a deck in there. Maui Chris, no restricted card. We do have a restricted card. We are running, we're running Film Critic. Does this have a name? Last click Adam. Okay, so what do we want to do this? Wow. What are we doing to this? Okay, so I don't want the chronotypes. I just don't think they're worth it as much as I know this is considered a last click Adam. Like, there's so few turns we're going to get value from this. And the Quanju is only active in certain matchups. And we have to draw the one of and this for that to be really good. And we only have 3 Logic Bombs. Whether we're meant to recur them with Trope or not doesn't seem that great. What's actually probably better than Trope is actually running that other one. What's it called? Rip Deal. Considering we have multi-access on HQ, it's easier to play. So let's drop those for sure. Daily Cast Folding, all that's good. We don't have card draw. Like, we want Earthrise. We only have our ability for card draw. We also don't need 3 brain gauges. And let's drop this for sure. I don't like this card. But I like the rest of this for sure. I prefer Study Guide Spoon. They're both pretty good. Just came back on What's Up with the Green Filter and JNet. We are running today. We put on a filter to see what it looks like to have red-green color blindness. In order to see what, to kind of do a little experiment for Global Accessibility Awareness Day. So far it's not easy to look at, to be honest. Disability Awareness Day, colorblind filter. Okay, so what do we add to this? We have 5 influence to work with. So far our fundamentals, I don't think we have enough multi-axis. RNG Key is just way too good of a card not to play. Way too good of a card not to play. Also, is there a chance? What's the writing on always be running? Do you spend or do you lose the clicks? Because if you want to play Chronotype with this, you spend the click. Okay, no, that doesn't work. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and I think we definitely want RNG Key. How much MU do we have? I don't think Trope is that good. I really don't think it is. If we play Recursion, there's other ways to do it. So let's put some RNG Keys in here. It's a really good card. Spend ShadowNet with no fan site. Hey Jeff, how's it going? Yeah, apparently we're doing ShadowNet with no. Ooh, the art looks weird. ShadowNet with no fan site is something we're doing apparently. I'm not actually sure why. Whether we're forfeiting a card for getting 9 credits is probably not worth it. This is probably the least suspect card, but it's not a terrible card on its own. Dumb Brick, what's up? We could just play Knifed. I kind of like just Knifed. How many knives can we put in here? Maybe 2? Oh, wow. We can put 2. So now same old thing looks a bit better. I think we don't have enough economy. We have Daily Cast, Data Folding, and Jackpot. That's actually a fair bit of economy. We have 2 RNG keys, which is good. Lamb, Surfer, Multi, Threader. Is there anything else we need? Let's rebuild the deck and then go. We're working on it. We just need 3 more cards. What are like good Adam stuff? I don't play enough Adam to know what good Adam cards are. It seems like Amaku is also just not bad. It's just probably a fine breaker. Brain Chip, Brain Cape. What's our Adam decks? Do you also play Always Be Running? Do you put 2 of these in the deck? 1% you can spend. That seems like a fine card. And then we just need 1 more card. Hopefully it costs 2 influence. What's a dope 2 influence card? What's the best 2 influence Adam card? This seems like a fine deck. The Heat Breakers are also pretty good with Deuces Wild. Or sorry, with Emergent Creativity. So we could just actually play like 1 MK Ultra or something. Like that's 45. Technically, this is the worst one with emergent creativity, but it's actually not that bad. Hey, what's up, Mark Andre? How's it going? Rip Deal. Yeah, Rip Deal's not bad. Drug Deal and Love Good isn't bad. Oh, Career Fair is actually pretty good, but none of our things cost a lot. It's just these two. Everything else is like really cheap. So I don't know if Career Fair is that good. Earthrise, I like Earthrise a fair bit. Oh, but it's not influence. It's been all influence. I guess a 1 of ShadowNet for Sheik Qs and such. It just doesn't happen enough, Byoxt. A lot of times you just take it. Like our hand size is fine. It's hard for them to pay Sheik Q money. Stimhack is the best Atom card? Yeah, it's probably not bad. What did we just put in there? We just put something in. Oh, we put an MK Ultra. That's probably not worth it. Woo! Only one ABR. Only one ABR. I can take your word for that. It seems like fun. Okay, put 2 stim hacks, call it a day. Yeah, let's try this. Get 2 rip deals. So what do we do with rip deals? Rip deals, yeah, I guess we want to do rip deal because specifically we're playing knifed over and over and again. And that seems fun. And I haven't ever played rip deal. I hope I just didn't change the name. Stimhack is like the best runner card. What's up, Jethrin? It is. With multi-sorters, it get a bit worse. And the thing is, like, even if we're using that as a card not to get rushed. Oh, man. Stimhack is really good with Lamb, though. It's really good with Lamb. Let's try this. Let's see how if that doesn't work, we can try the rip deals. Let's see if we draw the Stimhack. We'll play where every time we draw a Stimhack, we'll consider what would be better that turn to draw a Stimhack or a rip deal and see how it goes. Yeah, Logic Bomb is fine. Recurring it with Rip Deal is really good. Like 2 Logic Bombs with 1 Rip Deal. Oh, I actually really like that. Okay, we'll try that next. Is everyone getting used to these colors? Because I'm kind of got used to them now. I just can't look away from my screen. Because then it's obvious. I don't mean to trivialize people that are colorblind, by the way. I hope that comes at cost. Like one of these are meant to be red and one of them is green. Like this is the basic UI thing, right? Like green and red are meant to be whether they have the deck or not. And they're both just yellow. Molly Millions. Hey, that's a cool name. I just missed someone's chat message. Excuse me. Okay, so we got to pick our objectives, our directives. We're playing against Asa Group. Hey, thanks. You too. Yo, from Brazil. How's it going, Elanio? How you doing? Okay, so we don't want to get rushed out. Actually, as the group has some value to play Always Be Running. I know this is like a thing. Every time I say we play Always Be Running, it's a terrible disaster. Okay, whatever, I've learned. Wow, it's legitimately hard to tell what these cards are. This is really good in our opening hand. These are both fine. If we find something, we're good with this. We're going to keep this hand. This is fine. Yeah, Molly Millions is from Gibson. I just finished Neuromancer, so I'm aware. So someone has their lore down. Cody, what's up? How does everything have a green filter over it on stream? Jethrin also has the colors are different. Today is Global Accessibility Awareness Day. So just to have a little experiment here, we have enabled red-green colorblind simulation just to see what it's like to interface with Chiteki.net with red-green colorblindness. And so far, the UI is functional. It's not the worst. Okay, they goofed something here, right? So they goofed this, and I call this out a lot. With Alsa Group, the first time you install a card, you may install a non-agenda, and they installed their ice first, and then installed the card in server 1. So we 100% know that this card here is not an agenda, which they might actually do that to their advantage, but I think it's more advantageous to install that first, so we consider running it. If we run HQ, we have to trash things, and they probably have things that we need to trash, which is rough. We want to play RNG key, we want to guess it correctly and intelligently, and then gain a bunch of credits. I don't know how to guess intelligently with RNG key, I'm not prepared for this. I also want to install our daily casts so we don't lose it. Like if we trash something, we can install that. That's brutal. So they probably would have played hedge fund here. A safe bet in a lot of cases is 4. 4 is Satyr Adaptive Barrier. 4 is Architect. 4 is Biotic Labor. 4 is Agendas. Let's guess 4. Find the truth first. It's a corporate sales team. Let's guess 4. Woo! We hit a corporate sales team. We did it. So we want to gain 3. Oh, what a good turn. Oh, and another card. Oh, oh my God. Did they mulligan into that? They mulligan into that. Oh, that's really rough. They're trying another agenda. We know this is not an agenda. So we can install this for a free card draw. We can install this for a free card draw. Oh, damn, we're good. 4 is a good number. Yeah. Oof. Oh. Brandon Kala from YouTube chat. Colors look normal to me. Then again, I have some mild red green color blindness. Statistically, that was going to happen. Yeah, this is how a lot of people see everything, honestly, not just JNet. So I think this is actually kind of cool to see. My picture is clearly not red green color blind, but how's it going, Brandon? I just downloaded the Neuromancer audiobook after you recommended it in one of your streams. Expectations are high. It's really good. I enjoyed it a bunch. The next one that I'm looking to read is I'm going to jump onto Snow Crash. I know there's other Neuromancer books in the trilogy. We're pretty sure this is the corporate sales team in here, because if it's in hand, it's brutal. Might as well just run it. If it's a Turing or a Fairchild 3, we can click through it. They have to spend money resing it, but they spend running res it. Oh, it's a ULA. So we're 1 credit short. That's fine. So I think we just run HQ here. We can credit run this. Actually, credit run this is probably fine too. Yeah, credit run that is fine, because then we see what's on the top of the R&D. And then we can run that and gain 2 credits. Yeah, this seems pretty bad for them. Okay. So the top of the deck is an Architect, so we'll remember that. This is a Navi Mumbai Grid, doesn't matter. We can't trash it, which is good. We have the sales team. Oh, this is a really rough game. It's a Bio Vault, which we can't trash. Now they can't res this, so we can run R&D and gain 3 credits by naming 4. We can also access both of all of HQ, but this is a click for 3. They think this is an agenda, by the way, which seems really rough for them. But click for 3 is fine. Snow Crash is good in bits. It's like Cyberpunk from Jack Kerouac. I'm not actually that familiar with Kerouac. I never read enough Kerouac. I love Gibson, but I bounced off Snow Crash pretty hard. Okay. Recommendations are all over the place now. Down to 0 for your opponent. Well, exactly. And that's really good. We know there's an Architect in hand, so guessing 4 running HQ is fine too. I think we're going to do that regardless. We actually don't need the jackpot. The next agenda we score wins the game, so this card is dead. That's kind of worst case scenario for jackpot. So we're going to see 2 cards, see R&D. It might be the winning agenda here, and they can't res. Find the truth first. It's an SSL endorsement. This is a brutal game. We know 4 is definitely a safe bet, so we're going to guess 4. Oh my god. What the heck? Holy shit. Ouch. Oof. There's an SSL on R&D. That's rough. Sorry about that. Oh, that's so rough. We gained 4 from that too. We never missed an RNG key. That's awesome. Holy shit, that went terribly for them. That's brutal. That's super brutal. 3, 4, 5. It's like what? They're 10 cards in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 agenda points. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that's really, really off curve. Hey. Rematch? I'll try that again. Yo, I miss games. Is it really necessary to buy Core V2? How's it going, Jim? I think necessary is hard, right? Like if you have the original core set and the cards from the first 2 cycles, no, because you own everything. But in terms of the core set and trying to get into this game, I think it's 100% worth it. It has a lot of cards, a lot of good cards, a lot of more interesting cards. It's a really good place to start. But if you have all the cards, no. Also, how's it going? Snow Crash is one of my favorite books. Highly recommend. Okay, perfect. Lamilla. It's the next thing I'm reading, so we'll check it out. Liver. Sorry, I gotta catch up on chat one sec. All right, man. Chat has you back too. Oh, Tobal. Oh, hey, Tobal. Ah, beans. Oh, nice. Oh, thanks so much. Fuck! I should have rifled this private. Oh, excuse me. Ah, shit, one more time. I'm so sorry. Montejo. Thanks. Oh man, that's rough. Snow Crash is definitely better than Diamond Age. Read both within the last 2 months. Diamond Age is another Gibson, or? I also didn't know Harry Potter won a Hugo Award. That's wild. All right, we're doing this again, so we'll pick the same ones. I haven't played in a long time. Jens Eriksson got me to the game. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, Jim, if you haven't played in a long time, best thing to get is the new core set. For sure. It's a really good spot. Oh, this hand's really good too. We got that, we got that, we keep this. It's really good. Oh, it's Stevenson. Sorry, Gibson is the other one. I'm a very big sci-fi guy, and I really enjoy the Fantasy Light books on the Android universe. I only read one of them. I think I read Monitor, which is Lee Alexander's. It's Lee Alexander, not... Yeah, that's the name, right? No. Is that right? Lee's book? It was good. I enjoyed it. Ate some delicious Indian food. That was a game that happened. I felt some sort of way. Yeah, sorry there, Braid. That was nuts. It was like a lot of cards in the top. Okay, so this could be an agenda. Wait. Oh, they should have a click left. They goofed that up. They did not use their asset. They should have done the click. Monitor's pretty good. Yeah, I read Monitor. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. So they're just going to click for a credit for the last click. So RND is open. We have no RNG key. This deck probably wants 3 RNG keys. I think we'll go for the single access anyways. Actually, running HQ is not terrible either. The problem is that we have to trash a card a lot of times. So if this is a what's it called? The worst case scenario is if this is a Fairchild 3.0. In our last game, we didn't see any restricted cards. So I'm going to bite the bullet and run HQ here. We also could have installed Logic Bomb actually first. That's probably way better. I'll take the click last. So we're not going to get free card draw. Let's just get our money going. Getting this down turn 1 is the best turn you can get it down. What's free fall about actually? A Monitor I liked a fair bit. Oh shit, that's a Rashida. That's really good for them. It's going to flood HQ though. It looks like we don't have an answer to this, and we honestly don't. It's like 4 credits to get through this. That remote though, they just don't have enough money that we can just face check that click 1 and we'll probably be okay. We can also in theory just like do Logic Bomb, run the server and we'll get in, but we can also do that after we bounce off of it. Pop Culture Detective, how's it going? For Cyberpunk written by women, Moxieland by Lauren Bokus is fantastic, better than Gibson. Oh, interesting, Moxieland. Is that like 21st century or? There's the FC3, we click through that. It's just like a Logic Bomb. Is that older or newer? Also, how's it going? Thanks for dropping by. Top of the card is a Turing. That's good to know. We can always click through that. It's a Rashida. We'll go ahead and trash that for 1. And they're on 0 credits, which is a really bad spot from them because R&D is wide open. We need to get our draw going, though. It's a noir whodunit involving the space elevator. Raymond Flint. I miss that guy. Okay, so they don't have enough money to score here. 2 Rashidas are out, so running the server does not seem like a thing we want to do. We can always run a last click with Logic Bomb and get through it. Written in 2008 about a future South Africa. Ah, cool. South Africa seems like a really good landscape for science fiction. I guess maybe I'm just thinking of that science fiction Jackson film. Was it a Jackson film? So 2 credits, there's not much that punishes us based off what click we run on, let alone at all, besides Cortex Lock. So I think we can draw up once. Creativity is cool. It lets us... It actually doesn't do that much here, huh? Whoa, do you want a creativity for RNG key? That seems really good. Yeah, fuck it. We're creativity for an RNG key. We're trashing nothing. That's right. We're going to run HQ. Oh, not HQ. Excuse me. Run R&D. So we find the truth first. We'll get 3 credits. This will probably be worth it. That was back from Netrunner, though, when the universe was just the Android board game. Oh, that's actually a really old one. So we do find the truth first. See the top card. It's a Fairchild 2.0. So we're going to name 4 here, which is generally our safe bet against HB a lot of time. We're going to gain 3. If we draw 2 cards, we have to throw them out. So that's not good. And they probably just need... It's another Rashida. Oh, fucking hell. They got all 3 Rashidas, though, so that's dumb. Gibson famously said the future is already here. It's just not evenly distributed. I feel like that's more true in Africa than anywhere. The sec has been really cool, though. Regarding, like, seeing Africa, building a space elevator, and seeing these cities now become, like... It's cool. Okay, so they're probably going to end the turn at 5 credits. That's an issue. Because we can't get through Turing and Fairchild 3.0. Now, if they do score an agenda, it looks like they're scoring an agenda. What's going on here? Is that an NGO front? We also know they were on BioVault. BioVault is really rough against Logic Bomb. So with 3 credits, they're actually threatening to score, but we can just like face check into this. Do we want to spend our whole turn running this, or do we want to use a Logic Bomb? I think our Logic Bombs are better later in the game where we have to click through 2 ice. So I think we're actually going to run server 1. Worst case is an NGO front and whatever. Enigma, do it. Oh, wow. What is this? This is not an agenda. There's no way this is an agenda. This is a daft play. Well, we bought it. We bought their daft play. We get to see the top of R&D, though. Yeah, okay. Well, it's better than them getting more money, I guess. And there's a UVC on the top of the deck. Not like something they can play right now. But we're not threatening the Enigma at all. Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. I gotta write actually all this stuff down. I'll scrub this from chat. Here, I gotta get a notepad. Oh. 1 second. Moxieland. I don't read enough. I don't make time to read. Okay, what happened? IPO, shit. Gain credit, install IPO. Okay, so they didn't use their ASA group, which means that they don't have ice. They want to jam with this remote. This also could be a Jinja grid. It looks like a really good Jinja grid setup. Contesting the Jinja grid is relatively difficult. But we're not good at breaking a big remote. Actually, no, we kind of are. We surf it. Yeah, Jinja grid into that is the best. I've been actively trying to read more women sci-fi writers, and I found some real gems. Madeline Ashby's Machine Dynasty novels are both great. Interesting. Okay. I think we'll pay 2 clicks and 2 on this. So find the trees on the top. Gets us a Turing. So again, we're going to name 4. 4 has almost always worked out so far. We can draw cards, and we can install a thing. So that was basically, yeah, not great. But we know they have a Turing. I think this is going to be a Jinja. We didn't see any grids so far, so that makes a lot of sense. If we install either of these, we get a card draw. The Lamb is actually the most flexible. They know we're already on it because they're watching the channel, so there's no surprise hiding this. And we got the ABR. We're hiding the 2 logic bombs, which is the best one. Oh, it's actually that. Okay, cool. Well, that's fine. Now we can actually just run archives here to see whether this is worth breaking. Mind you, we can break this for 4. I'd rather just run archives every turn. We also see 1 face down card. It lets us set up a bit. We want to find 1 agenda though. It turns on our brain chip. Hedge fund off the top, and they threw out the Turing. So they have 1 Turing. They're drawing a hedge fund next turn. So their money's gonna be good. We can't force them to install anything. Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, right. That's it. That's a fun one. Oh man. So we know they have a Turing in hand. Oh, I'm gonna just install both of these. I can't pay attention to an audiobook and drive at the same time. Podcasts are about it for me. What is it? There's one summer I was working in like a steel factory, and for most of it we were allowed to lose headphones. At some point decided it wasn't safe, which they're probably right. I listened to a lot of audiobooks, really enjoyed it. Okay, there's still NGO fronts in the game. There are still NGO fronts. This doesn't break, this bypasses, so this doesn't work with knifed. If we want to knife this, it's like what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 credits? Not unobtainable. We can also just ice R&D, which means that the ice R&D up. But like 5 credits, we can definitely get through this. So I think this is probably the NGO front. They also didn't play hedge fund, so it makes like 100% that this is the NGO front, unless they're really bluffing us. I wanna trash this though. This is what? Oh man, this is also like a billion credits to break. Okay. Listen to the whole Drizzt series at work drafting. That's a Vitruvius on the top. That's definitely worth running. So that's going to be 2 clicks, 2 credits. And we're going to make our money back. We can also do card draw and throw at or always be running. I think the card draw is actually pretty reasonable here. A jackpot would have been good too. So card draw is pretty good because we're not getting anything. Actually, the money matters more because we have the knife and the breaker in hand. We're going to steal the Vitruvius. This turns on our brain chip once we find it. Knife and sweep HQ. We could. Actually, HQ multi-X is pretty sweet. Yeah, there's the NGO front, so that made more sense. We know they have a hedge fund in hand. They know they have a Turing in hand. So those are different number costs, but they might actually ice R&D first, which is pretty cool because then we can knife HQ. I think knifed HQ is good. We have to find their brain chip for sure. Double install. So we know in the order they install it that this one, the top one, is not an agenda. It's always good to know. Scanner Darkly is an amazing piece of work. I read that when I was in high school. I don't remember it that well, though. The film is very interesting, very fun to look at. Okay, no matter what, we're going to hit this last click so we can bypass all of it. So I think we're actually going to knife to HQ. So we're going to make this a barrier. We're going to break all the subs. We got it. Stoppable, how's it going? Phil, what's up? We're going good. Is my screen color whacked out? The stream really oddly colored. It is oddly colored today. Today is my Global Accessibility Awareness Day. So we're simulating what it is to have red green color blindness, which is a very common thing that people have. Corporate sales team off the top. We can actually swing on that too. It seems pretty good. So we're pretty sure there's a Turing in here, so we can call 4. They played the hedge fund, so we're gonna. Oh, they didn't actually. Let's call 5. No, 4 is more common. 4 is more likely to be correct. Got it. Hit the Turing. We want the credits. We'll get the free card draw anyways. Other card is the hedge fund. Okay, we did the right ordering. We'll run R&D. We can do 2 clicks, and we can actually just trash an installed card. Save you for. They're all really good though, so let's not do that. Have you been watching RPG Limit Break? No, I haven't. That's a speedrunning thing on Twitch right now, right? I'm not a big RPG dude, unfortunately, so it doesn't tickle me. Specifically JRPGs I've never cared about. Oh, that's the Biovault. Ooh. Biovault into Agenda. That's really good. That's a Biovault is super good against Logic Bomb. Because after we have this, we can't rerun the server. So they're getting a 5-3 likely. Likely. So we can run HQ, forces them to res. It's probably the Turing, which is fine, because if they res that, we can run this. We want them to use the Biovault, so even if we use one, yeah, that's fine. They paid 4 for an end to run. We could click through it for double access, which is probably okay, but I think we actually want to run this one last click. So they have to use either the Biovault or res another piece of ice. So we'll go ahead and install that. Click for a credit. I want to run this server. We can't res ice and score an agenda. Best agenda is the mandatory or elective upgrades, excuse me. Because then they can fast advance, and then we have to put HQ pressure on. But they're going to have to use the Biovault, which is good. So, bypass it. They can use the vault. We have 2 interdiction in the deck, mind you, and they didn't respect it. But that's fine, and that's the best we can do. And now the server falls apart next turn. Yeah, we are on interdiction. Just making sure my poor laptop wasn't croaking. Yeah, no, it's totally worth asking about. Oh, cool, that's that. That gives them money, which is good. But we can now... hopefully hammer centrals. So we can go ahead and knife this. I actually like knifing that. We just need 1 more credit. We need credit knifed. We know they still have a hedge fund in hand, so we'll name 5. 4 is actually still pretty good. They're running a lot of these. Oh, it's, yeah, you're right. Oh, wow. That's really good. This is working out for us. Find the Truth off the top gives us a bit more information. That's an Ash. It's a good card. So we're going to name 4. We know there's 1 5, but there's a lot of 5s in here. Fuck. Fairchild 3 is a 6. And a hedge fund. So money is an issue. We're going to get 3 next turn. Oh, fuck. We've been screwed over by their data folding. Our data folding's been turned off the whole time. This is a 2MU program. Oh, man. We did not consider that. We lost out so much money with this thing. Ash means clicking for credits is better than running HQ. Next turn they'll have 5, they might jam. Oh, that sucks. We have that, yeah, we need the brain chip real bad. Yikes. Not a female writer, but the Other Land series by Tad Williams is super worth reading. Pretty hefty, but it's far the best series I've read that deals with VR. Oh, interesting. We found our multi-starters, really can't afford to install them. If that's a Fairchild 3 and they res it, it's good for us. We can also just run archives. These are not good yet. They'll be good eventually. Let's run HQ. Worst is we spend 3 credits, or 3 clicks. It's actually pretty bad, but double access on HQ is good. It's a vanilla. That's annoying. So we can spend 4 to break vanilla. Seems bad. Don't want to do that. Running archive sees the top card that they draw. There's some value in that. Oh, it's not great though. It's a low key. Spicy. I think we're just gonna install the brain chip, click for credit. All right, we lost the one that we probably don't want. Deuce as well. That's actually pretty good right now. Only 2 to break vanilla? It's... Oh yeah, because it's a barrier. Excuse me. It's only 2 to break vanilla. We could consider breaking that vanilla. I think they would res it regardless. They're spending 6 on this. They probably wouldn't have. They need their Ash money, let alone for the remote. Ash is also very good, mind you, against Logic Bomb. And they're on game point. So, like, we have to run this. So, installing the Brain Chip actually probably was just strictly wrong. 15 credits means the Ash is really good. So, I don't think there's any way that we win on this remote at all. There's no way we win on this remote. Also, Ash is really good against Lamb. Like, that's the cool thing about Lamb. Like, Lamb does not care about Logic Bombs because you're running once a turn anyways. So these would kind of work well together. If we had this, like, if we didn't fuck this up, we would have, like, another 7 or 8 credits. Which would have been good. We wouldn't have had either of these cards, though. We'll draw first. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. That's the only card that works right now. Holy shit. They're not playing around it. Fuck. Let's go. No Ash. No Ash. Fairchild 3. Joke's on you. How much of this stuff do we need? They could res it now? No, they can't. We might have wanted to wait, but... Okay. We're gonna have to let parts of this fire. Like all of them. All of them will fire. So we're trashing things. We're definitely trashing things. HQ multi-axis. I don't want to trash cards we hit. I'll get rid of this. I don't need that. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose, so we just trash your stuff now. This is card draw. This is good. This is one of our best cards. This is obviously bad. Probably should trash that first. Brain me. Don't care about brain. Brain don't matter. I hit the multi-threader. Okay, that's fine. Woo! Wipe it. Literally doesn't matter. Yeah, fire. That's fine. We don't need breakers. They only run Biroids, right? Doesn't matter. Does not matter. The trace actually, the tag here sucks because they can trash our stuff. Don't want them to do that. I'll pay 1 here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and bomb that logically. And then we access this card first. Oh, Final Tree, thank you. NGO friend, really good. Ash. It's important they don't have that. Nave Mumbik. Fuck. Wow, that's actually really good tech against Logic Bomb, right? Well, we only have 2 left. Like, we have 1 left in the deck, so. Let's go. Funny enough, the data folding is actually really good right now because we trashed all our programs. UVC coming down, they can install 1 card. We know they have the NGO front. This server still we can get through, right? Like, we just let all of it fire. It doesn't matter. Luckily, we just have Find the Truth, which is probably enough. We probably lose this turn anyways. But you wish you had your data folding now that your programs are gone. Largely, yeah. Alright, they're pre-resing Ash. That makes the server look a bit better. Oh, no, all good. They want to do that on their turn. I can respect that. Okay, so if we run the server again, we can't beat the Ash, so we're going to not do that. We can break this for 2. They res a Fairchild 3 for 6. Puts them at 5. They can still score, so that's wrong. So I think we run Archives. If there's an SSO on top, or an SSL, excuse me, we have a chance of winning. It's an SSL. Damn. It's an SSL. So this doesn't matter. It all matters about this one. Now, if they're running things like Victor 1.0, we need 1 click to click through it. If they're running any other card, it doesn't matter how many clicks we have. Fairchild 3 we can't get through. So like the best draw right now is we rip the 1 Logic Bomb. We'd have to do like draw Logic Bomb at the top, install run. But we have no breaker. Like a simple vanilla keeps us out. So it's either even if we top deck our, that's rough. Even if we top deck our land, we don't have enough credits. Am I goofing this? Thinking. Like what top decks can we possibly get? Because we need a draw, we need to install, we need a run. So Lamb is off the table. So it's all basically about top decking the top 28. The top 1 in 28 card of getting the Logic Bomb. We're hoping that this is like another Fairchild 2. An Ichi. Anything besides. That we can. You bet you can click through? The 1 in 28 seems so bad. But like, what's going to take 2 clicks to get through? That's an end to run. Nothing. Heimdall. Okay, we're running now. The 1 in 28 seems too bad. Interesting. This ends the run. Ah, fuck. Can't break it. We knew they had that. Copy Fairchild 3-0. Ah, run, have faith. Yeah, we did it. So this doesn't have, it has the subroutines of Fairchild 3.0, but it doesn't have the ability to click through them. So we have to trash installed cards. It also ends the run if they wanted to end the run. Even if they don't end the run, we die. Because we can't actually get through, oh, we can get through Fairchild 3. So we're going to go ahead and trash installed cards. Because we might not lose here. So what's the worst card here? I like this one. This one's no good. Okay. Trash and installed card. Which one do we like better? I like free card draw a bit. They ended the run. Good. Good. Hand size of 1, mind you. That's a bit weird. We probably lose this turn. Oh, this is useless with a hand size of 1. We probably should have trashed that. No matter what, we can't get through that, so maybe that's wrong. What could we possibly draw into? Man, that for a second looked like a Logic Bomb. So we could install this. And then next turn we draw. The thing is that we start next turn with 3 credits, which seems really rough. But it has a bigger chance of us finding a Logic Bomb. Our hand size should be 3? No, it shouldn't be. Safety. Hits it. I'm going to install this. Credits don't matter. It's all about finding the Logic Bomb. It's fine. No one really. It's fine. I swear. Help, please. No, it's fine. Our board state's pretty impressive. I think they're just going to score out of 3-2 in here. There's a chance there's a 5-3. There's also a chance there's the NGO front in there and we don't lose yet. So we know that they have the SSO and HQ. We don't have our HQ multi-access. It looks like they have the SSO in hand. So we have to go for a single and find a way to get through the vanilla. Which is going to be difficult. And they just need to jam something in here. And it looks like they're not jamming. So we have a chance here. Chair, what's up? How's the stream? Stream's going good. Stream's fun. Having a good time. Install card and server 1 over. So that's probably NGO front coming out and agenda going in. Could be the 5-3. No matter what, we're just going to try and find our last Logic Bomb. 1 in 26. Navi grid's coming up. Logic Bomb no longer matters. Unless it's for Centrals. I feel like Find the Truth might have been good right now. Alright. Ooh, jackpot. That's not going to matter. They're on game point. This card still hasn't mattered yet. I don't love this card. 1 credit per turn is not that difficult to get a card that does that. We can also install Turning Wheel and just smash vanilla. But then we need an answer to this, and we're never going to have an answer to this. Because our way of breaking ice is like 5 different cards. It's like way too many card combo, and we let the Ichi fire, which puts us way too far behind. Okay, if we could click for 2 credits and play the gamble next turn. Or with the daily cast. I think we have to go for the gamble because we're probably going to lose in 2 turns if this is the 5-3, so this is not going to pay off. Unfortunately, we're not drawing a card here. Why Jackpot? It's in this deck. Someone gave this deck to us. It has a lot of new cards, so we're playing Jackpot. It's not a terrible card. It's an easy install turn 1, which is really good at Adam to get cards out of your hand. Yeah, okay. So that's the only problem here with the Fairchild 3.0 is that we can't break it. But if we run click through it, we gotta do the math, thinking. This is trace 4, which means they have to only put 2 credits into it for us not to access, meaning they still have 4 credits, which means they can score out. which seems like an issue. So if like we had the sure gamble here, and instead of drawing we did credit gamble, we could actually consider contesting this remote, which is pretty good. My favorite Arkham Horror Investigator, I'm playing Lola right now. She's really fun. I enjoy Zoe the most, but I'm really excited to play Calvin. Calvin's good. I'm not acknowledging Norman. I didn't buy the books. Norman doesn't exist. Okay, well, we clearly can't run that. There's a wee chance that's an NGO front, but like no matter what, we have to get an Axis this turn, and like we just can't do that with our hand. It's impossible to get an Axis, so we're gonna have to draw. We can't get an Axis with that card. That's a card that gets us an Axis. If only we had exactly one more credit. If we had one more credit, we could run HQ. We're literally one credit short. Alex, how's it going? Oh shit, creativity for RNG key? I think, Alex, your stream is like 20 minutes behind, which saying this doesn't matter because by the time you catch up. Okay, so the best bet here is that this isn't a 5-3. This is a bluff, which means that we do this, and then this technically is like clicking for a credit, which seems silly. This plays for the long game, so that's GG. They have the SSL. Why wouldn't that be agenda? Correct answer is Duke. His ally Pete. Hey, good game. The Fem actually is not a bad idea in this deck. Put Fem with the creativity. That's probably actually really good. Thanks for the game, eh? Yeah, that Loki did it. Oh man, anything in HQ? I usually play with a dual-wielding rich lady. Yeah, Jenny Barnes. Throw money at a problem until it goes away. Jenny Barnes is probably one of the better solo investigators to play as. She's very flexible, which is great. Yo, Jim Culver got a lot better in this new expansion. Lamb Adam seems awesome. I approve. Yeah, we gotta still getting it work. So comparing what was it? What did we did? The stim hacks to the rip deal. Stim hack seems right in this matchup for sure. Losing our breakers really sucked. This jackpot's just not doing anything. Beans. All right, we're gonna get another one in this. We can probably get 2 more games in tonight. How are you doing, by the way? My name's Andre. This is the Match Ball Grid. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Gosh, I hit the wrong button. That's right. This is the Match Ball Grid. I'm just gonna grab a glass to pour a beer, and then we'll be right back in a second. Match Ball Grid live. $1 Too little data. This is a smurf. This is such a smurf. This is someone who watches the channel. We talked about Molly Millions last week, which is such a smurf. Oh, we're fucked. 54 card Gagarin deck? You're fucking with us. We have literally no acid spam cards. We have to trash everything we access, which seems bad. We have no good... Oh, we actually have a good way of dealing with tour guide. We are so absolutely fucked. Good game, us. This is also a really bad card because they're never going to score an agenda. I think we can see this one relatively quickly. Sounds really dope, though. Great. Please shut off the colorblind plugin. It's killing my eyes. No, Maui. Sorry. Can't do it. We gotta do it. Oh, scarcity turn 1, 2. Oh, okay. Oh boy. Okay. We gotta trash what we access, which is actually like really bad. Running HQ is probably wrong here. Okay, great. Now we run R&D. You monster. We have time for 1 or 2 more games. And it's an ice wall? Get fucked. No way. We're not playing this for 2. They're never gonna score a card. This is also bad too. At least they have no credits. Because this card doesn't do anything to board state until they score, and let me tell you, they're not scoring. Hey, night. Oh, Date, how's it going? Time to go to bed here. Good night, everyone. 4 a.m. That's pretty late. Have a good night, eh? All right. Emerging creativity. Choose no. We're gonna. Ooh. Well, we can install hardware with that. That's news to me. So we're just gonna go all in. We're gonna go for the big plays here. We're playing into hard-hitting news really hard, but like we're so fucked with this matchup. At least they don't have to run a lot of ice. It's a preemptive action. That's good. Seems good. Okay. Jackpot triggers when you score, not them. Yeah, it's probably important that you read the cards. Because they put text on them, right? Yeah, they do. Okay. It might be nice Gagarin. It's a 54 card deck. Like, that's not nice. Alright, so if this... We have no game. Like, I think we concede if this is not... If they res this, we're done. Please be a tour guide. Ah, great. Okay, so let's talk about this. We have 2 interdictions. Yeah, this also runs like Film Critic and Jackpot. You're right. That seems like doesn't make sense. Oh no, because it's ad. No, that does work. So it does work with Film Critic. It's technically a card. But like we have... Breaking this is always going to be 6 credits. So we need to rely on Knifed a lot more. 8. I'm done. We're done here. So this deck is a really long... It's going to be a really long game. And we have no way... Next game. We have no way to deal with assets. This is the sort of matchup like where if we played... Imagine if we played Freedom. How good this is. Like you play down what's it called? Your Yusuf, you run a remote server, you trash things for 1 credit a lot of times. It's so good. It's so good. Anyways. That's not good. What am I drinking? This I found in the fridge. It's a Saison Bray et Tropical, which I don't know what that actually means. One of them is tropical, but it has a mandrill monkey on it. Somebody left this in my fridge. Alright, so we have Film Critic against this matchup, which is pretty good. If they are running, what's it called? That 0 cost card that trashes 0 cost cards, or the 2 cost card that trashes zeros. Best defense, we're in a pretty bad spot. If they want to rush, always be running is actually pretty good because then we can get through ice if they trash our breakers, which is kind of nice. This is the AtomNet deck. Which one? Yeah, best defense. Thank you. So that's okay. Yeah, saisons are nice. Saisons are generally like pretty sour, right? I don't know that much about beer. Oh no. Oh. I don't know which one's popular now in DB right now. It's probably not that one though. Oh, they're waiting on us, excuse me. Sorry, we're gonna pick those 3. We got the Critic, we got the RNG key, we got the Cast. This is a good hand. We also have Multi-Threader, which is really good against the likes of Marcus Batty. This hand's pretty ideal. Don't have a breaker, of course, but if we draw into our emergent creativity, we can sell off the Multi-Threader. Let's get the Hostile. Oh, it's actually a standoff, which we can trash one of our cards. Our cards seem good, so we're not going to do it. So we're just going to nail these 2 down and run a R&D. The problem is that they're going to have archers, and that's actually really hard for us to respect considering it's a multi-card combo. But that being said, eventually we break it for 7, which is not the worst. What an opening. What an opening. I mean, if this doesn't work, we run HQ for a double. And double is actually kind of bad because the chance of them Hunter-Seekering is higher. So Tithonium off the top, so we're going to RNG key 9, which never seems like the right number. And then we're going to run RD. And now Tithonium is online too, which is a hard card to respect because it trashes resources. If we hit 2 cards here and they have a Hunter Seeker, it's pretty bad. So Rashidi Yahim, get rid of that. Punitive Counterstrike, very good to know. I have the Tribal Pale Ale, it's good. Oh, cool. You come down to Cambridge for regional, swing by the Lamplighter Brewing Company. It's a few blocks from the store and they make great beer there. That's a good shout out. A lot of the dudes I come with are like really into beer. So it's good to know. There's a pretty recent Scorpion deck in that run to beat. It's pretty spicy. It might be on that. Has Punitive Psychic Field Snare, no Hunter Seeker. That would make sense with this play. That really would. So this is definitely the Tithonium, which they can res for free, which is what we'd consider an issue. Oh, well, we have no, one of these is a punitive, and that's all we know, so we can generally call 5 and run HQ. Card draw would not be terrible right now. It would probably be better than the credits. Actually, if they're on punitive, the credits seems reasonable. Let's see what's on top. An SSL endorsement, so that has to go somewhere. Punitive is a 5 cost card? No, it's a 3 cost card. It's 5 traits, right? IPO, punitive. Okay. So we got that backwards, but that's fine. So they don't have tag punishment right now, so we can install this for sure. And playing this, it's pretty rough considering they could score here. I don't want to interact with any of these. If they score an agenda off the table, it's really not that bad for us. There's no reason to interact with them. And they know they're going to draw an SSL and they don't have ice. So like it's really bad for them. Oh, never mind. Rashida fixes that. We should have ran those. Why are you worrying about Hunter Seeker? I'm not worried about Hunter Seeker. I'm worried about Psychic Field and stuff like that. I guess flushing our hand isn't terrible. But now we go 5 on HQ, and now they have this, which sucks, but our deck might be too slow. It's all 3-pointers. Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense if they're on punitive. So we're also really easy to get punitive. Like we punitive real easy. So this could be Archer, which wouldn't be that bad. Tithonium wouldn't be that. Tithonium trashing the film critic would be a bit rough, but we're gonna make our own luck here. It's one of those. We're gonna go ahead and lose a click there. It's fine. It's acceptable. Those are trash. That's also trash. Okay. Yeah, setting up our rig is actually kind of difficult. Housekeeping turning on, so we have the trash cards. Luckily, our cards are not good. A very easy counterplay to housekeeping is playing bad cards. So if we find a jackpot, something like that, it's really not that big of an issue. No matter what, we need to draw here. Surfer is cool if they run big servers, which they're not. That StimHack could have been a double access rip deal, which is pretty mediocre. This turning wheel's okay with 5/3s, but it makes us punitive really easily, so I don't even know if that's worth using. We can turn the current off, but we're trading 1 card for 1 card anyways, and this one doesn't cost a credit and a click. Maybe. Logic Bone's really good against Tithonium, against them rushing the remote server. I think all we have to do really is keep our money up. Because they're trying to punitive us, keeping our money up seems like the best thing. So these all seem really good. This is going to pay off eventually. I honestly don't know if the turning wheel is that great. It probably wins eventually. You can always run to Enigma last click. And we want to double install on our turn if we can. Yeah, we definitely need this card. All right. I guess this is going out. I regret not installing 2 cards this turn. 2 to 4 used MU. Oh man, that actually sucks because we can't install this and Lamb. Like we need our brain chip. That's kind of rough, and we're not getting free card draw. Ooh, that was a really bad turn. Alex Lee in YouTube chat. Oh man, you're still like 25 minutes behind. Tell him to spend 2 credits. Oof. I lost this earlier. Lesson learned, read cards. Oh, okay. Watch out for Corporate Town. Oh, that's not something we can watch out for. Okay, well, we gotta draw. All right, we have the creativity. So we can get our thing on the table, our thing being our 1 breaker. It lets us deal with Tithonium for 4 credits, which is honestly not terrible. I think we need to do that. Oh, I forgot about that. That's unfortunate. This is actually kind of difficult to play. Considering punitive. We're playing a bit hard into punitive right now. If they want to rest the Tithonium, they spend this and then they can't surprise us with an Archer. And we want to run every turn because the Lamb with this is relatively good. Like we break this for 2 credits, if I did my math correctly. Yes. So that's most of our money. Oh, 5. Wow. I'm glad we had that credit, or that would have been bad. And Find the Truth is going to give us credits back. It's a Psychic Field. So don't run that. And if they are on 5/3s, like I don't see why we'd ever run a Psychic Field. Right? Like they have to advance all their cards. Getting 3 credits is good here because we can get card draw anyway. Oh, we have to trash it. Oh, that sucked. Oh, that was really rough. And again, this card is dead. We also trashed the card, so in theory the baseball bat could come out. And that's really bad. Baseball bat trashes Film Critic, and we can't fight it because we have 3 hand size. It's got Psychic Field, Corp Towns, and a lot of spikes, yeah. I don't want to see why you'd play Psychic Field in a 5-3 deck, but maybe there's just too much 4-1-9. Okay, we have 3 credits. If we had the Stimhack, this would be ours. But we don't. I don't know what we're drawing into. This costs us nothing to run R&D, largely. If they have double punitive, we're boned, so we should go faster. Adam deck looks hard to pilot. Yeah, it's just not great. I think it's way too clumsy. We died of punitives here. Snare also would be an issue. It's a City Works project. Okay, we'll take that. Turns off the current, which is good. We could draw cards, which doesn't do much, so I think we're just gonna gain credits. Oh, Film Critic, actually, we don't worry about this. Never mind. That's fine. Neutralize all threats? What? Why does that happen? Okay, that's good. That's actually a really good start. It doesn't turn the current off, mind you. But it's an agenda, which is good. For obvious reasons. We actually probably just wanted to steal this. We do die to double punitive. Even a single punitive would just make us draw more. I think we might just want to score this one. They haven't been drawing that much, but fired like a single or 2 Rashidas fired. Or 1, because we trashed 1. So the chance of them having double punitive, they could have punitive consulting to punitive though. That's actually more likely. So this is definitely the safer play. We'll do it. This is fine. They really are, but they make up for that sweet Asimov flavor. Archer, Flare, Tithonium. Okay, this is a deck. And that's an SSL, which is going to give them even more money. So we're just going to do that thing every turn. Or we're going to run R&D once. These multi-threaders are paying off. If we had another multi-threader. Oh, if we threw that other one out, huh? Find the truth. It's a Trojan horse. Ah, shit. Oh, fuck. It's all over. They have too much money. Trojan horse is going to fire. At least it's going to be expensive. Damn Trojan horse. Well, hey, if they trash one of our programs and remove it from the game, not only do we lose, but we have space for Find the Truth. So sometimes, you know, it's coming all up, Millhouse. Yeah, that's bad. That's not a card I respect. Yikes. All right, they have 20 credits. They have the horse. They need to beat it, though. If they want to, like, fire Lamb off, they need to invest a lot of credits into this. Admittedly, they could just make us drain our own credits, but they need to beat our trace by 4. Which means they need to do, what, 12? So they're spending like 10 credits? They probably should do it. Especially if they have another econ card in hand. Is that meant to be in the remote? No, it's... Yeah, okay. So we're losing our breaker, so we're probably losing the game. Does this deck even have a lot of money? I think the problem is that we don't have a lot of money. Like, they only fired 3 econ cards, and they're so far ahead. I guess they also got the agenda. Trace 11. So if we spend 7, I think they goofed it. Right? If we spend 7... Oh, wait, no, that's exactly enough. So it doesn't matter. Okay, well, we lost our breaker. Great. Great. They're removed from game. Again, that doesn't really matter. This ability, Scorpio's ability doesn't matter that much in so many matchups besides the Anarch one. Unless you're learning Clone Chip, I guess. And Criminal largely doesn't. I guess a Rip Deal. Playing around that Rip Deal. So we just need to draw into our answer, we lose. That's not good. We'll install that, throw out the other Film Critic, I guess. Then we can install both of these. Having 2 Film Critics is actually relevant. Good thing now is that they didn't score the 5-2, so if they do play, what's it called? The, oh, I guess they had another 8 credits off of this. It's 6 credits off of Maryland. They shuffled. If they do play the, excuse me, I don't know what I'm saying. Having 2 Film Critics is good. It's not unique, right? So you can play both of them. All right, so they still need to score like 2 agendas. This one actually is hard to get. What's the chance that both of these suck? Right, like we could do always be running run the server. Always be running? No. It can get into HQ, which has some value. I think we have to do this. There's no way. Oh, wait, this actually does 4 damage. So there's no way it seems more outright. It seems much more accurate. Yeah, we're done. We're so dead in the water. This deck is way too fragile. Oh, yeah, right. Having this would be good if we got everything else down, but it's not going to happen. Oh, boy. No damage if you film critic. Oh, yeah, you're right. What are we doing? We could have got there. Oh, my contact lens. Yeah, well, maybe we could have contested that. Okay, well, they still have to score it. If they're running hostiles, we're in a bad spot. Ooh. If they have another Trojan horse, we're fucked. So I don't think we want to show that we have that. It's a shame that we threw out the server, so I think we just want to go... That's no good. Install this. Click for a credit. Next turn we'll get 5 credits, and we install this, and it turns off our data folding again. I think we need more brain chips. Oh, did we just lose? No, thank God we don't. Okay, so we can trash a card here, and then they can trash one of their installed cards. If they trash one of their installed cards, it's pretty good for us. So what don't we want? Safety first is free draw. It's pretty good. Neutralize all threats is really good considering we can run HQ this turn. Find the truth. 5 credits really doesn't matter. We can have 5 credits. The card draw also means that they have a chance of drawing an agenda, which we can snipe this turn. Trashing this also is not that particularly good. So we have to run first click, so we're going to run archives. And if we do see an agenda, it's another housekeeping. That's totally acceptable. And they threw out 1 punitive. We have to surprise them with this card, this combo. So hopefully we can also like emergence creativity for our next. Well, that's actually really good too. So our good turn is install this, install that, and we can actually contest the remote relatively well. So we get a free clickless draw if we don't draw. So I think just taking credits is probably okay. Yeah, and we throw out whatever we draw, right? So we install Lamb, trash the jackpot, do logic bombs, dim hack remote. Find the truth, always show the second lamp. Oh yeah, right. They know everything we're drawing. I'm totally not considering that. They know what's in our hand. And that actually changes entirely how they play. We could just lose here. This could be a hostile. I don't know if they're running hostiles. I think no matter what, we don't run. Like, there's no reason to run these. If it's a corporate town, that's actually the worst case. There's a chance it's a corporate town, which will trash our film critic. So having a second film critic actually matters. We have to run anyways. This is probably a psychic field, so we definitely don't run that. I think we just run archives and play it safe. It's a City Works project. That seems like something we want to get. It is something we're going to get. We're going to go get City Works project. The problem here also is like if we do steal it. Oh, right. We get more money. That's really good. We'll be on 4 cards, which means they have to have both punitives if they want to kill us. We'll get a card draw anyways. The difference between 5 and 4 cards doesn't matter if they're on punitive and we steal a 3-pointer. So we're going to gain the 3 credits. And we film critic this. The only issue is that I guess they can't Trojan horse the film critic, right? So we'll film critic it. And last click, we want to make a credit. It makes it harder for them. As soon as they trash this with another Trojan horse, it is GG. We also could consider installing this now. Before we don't have to pay another card to housekeeping. That's also really cute. If they res this thing, which actually could be, what's it called? It could easily be a corporate town. We lose the City Works project to archives, which largely doesn't matter because then we just run archives. They probably want to ice archives up. Yeah, they can corp down film critic for sure. If they corp down this, I think it's actually worse. Because so far we only contest 1 ice. I guess if they're barriers. I think we'll just take a credit. Damn it, data folding. Why couldn't you just be a jackpot? If they res the corporate town also means they're not going to res an archer, so that might be okay. Oh, it's a renewal. Fine. Stinhack server 1. We don't need to yet. We'll be okay. How's everyone's colorblind mode been, by the way? I'm getting okay with this. Not that it's great. So we find a gen on top of R&D, we probably win. We gotta run anyways, might as well run archives. We could run HQ. How expensive is running HQ? It's 2 credits. Seems pretty good. But that means we can't run R&D, or at least we can't make something a barrier. So find the truth off the top. It's a Miraju. So what card are we gonna say? I think we're gonna say 3. I'm assuming that they're holding on to the other punitive. So we'll say 3. 3 doesn't do that much else. We know they have a bunch of 2s. They know they're on Enigma, which is 3. Yo, Martin, how's it going? When you switch back to color, it's gonna be like the Wizard of Oz. It's a housekeeping. That's a 2. We knew they had that. It's an IPO, which is an 8. Okay, so nothing learned. We know they're drawing a Miraju, which is actually a pretty good card against Find the Truth. So that's kind of a bummer. This is eventually going to be an issue. So I think we want to install our Logic Bomb this turn. Oh, the Knifed is actually pretty dope. I'll just take a credit, make it harder for them to eventually Trojan Horse us. Stream's going well today. This Adam deck is like super weird, but it's been actually a bunch of fun. Logic Bomb is great for Miraju. Oh yeah, bypasses it. You're right. Yeah, it's actually really good. So the Miraju is definitely on front of R&D right there. Problem is we can only break one kind of ice. Actually, no, we'll be fine because we can do Logic Bomb, Lamb. So we run archives here. Because we definitely don't want to hit the Enigma. The turning wheel actually would be pretty good right now. Find the troops. That's a hedge fund. Okay, so next turn this fires. That is going to do 4 meat damage, which is a considerable amount of meat damage. It largely means that we lose the Knifed. Now we ran this turn, so also like Neural EMP is a problem. So if this fires and they do like Neural, that sucks. So drawing up once is probably fine. When does this fire? When your turn ends. So actually drawing is totally irrelevant. We could trash 2 so they gain 4. I'd rather just click for credits because we need money. We're going to lose the Stim Hack, which sucks. But I don't know what else we can do. We can run HQ for 2 credits. What do we know in there? We know there's a housekeeping. And I think they want to wait for this to fire, so we'll run HQ. We can also take this. Taking this is probably okay. We don't need to do that. Maybe. You would knife server 1? I think if we knife server 1, we have to draw. And if they knife, they just don't res, right? If we knife server 1. Oh, we kept the Stim Hack. That's really good. What did we lose, though? Man, that's actually a much better tempo card when they play housekeeping because we can't install. So this turn, I think we just draw a bunch. It looks like they're really grinding us out. That's why the psychic fields are there. But every time we run archives, we'll be fine. JK. Still run archives. Actually, no, we run HQ here. Hold on, sorry. Might as well run HQ. Oh, we died a snare, actually. No, we'll run archives. Hopefully they spend money on this. Yeah, that's fine. What's the remove card that looks like an arm? It's Lamb. It's the new card we're testing. Yeah, for sure. Lock me in. Alright, no res, that's good. Punitive Counter-Strike. Okay, so they're drawing that up. So I think we just draw this turn. This actually doesn't do that much. I don't think we need more than 5 hand size. It does turn on our Singer data folding. I don't think that's necessary. Interdiction's okay. They're also not going to draw the punitive if they do the Maryland properly. I'll keep our credits up because we ran that turn. And we have the Surfer, which is fantastic, and the Deuces. This is really good. The Ardent Lamb is fantastic. It looks like nothing else in the game. The Ardent Lamb is awesome. And even in Red Clean Colorblind, it still looks pretty okay. Other card in server 2. Jam a 5-3 in there, I dare you. Oh, they're doing it. Okay. I gotta run archives again. We'll find the 5-3 at some point, and hopefully we'll win. Envelope. Spiky. A spiky card. Okay, so this is probably another grind. So I think we're just going to run HQ here. Might as well. It doesn't cost us. Generally, it's easier to run this last click. But we're going to spend 2 to break all subroutines anyways, so it really doesn't matter. Fire RNG key. What do we know it's in hand? We know that there's a housekeeping in hand and a punitive. It's more likely they're on 2 punitives. Got it. I want the money. Oh, we win. Oof. Oof. I was gonna be a grind. Netjong, what's up? Yeah, we're surfing in. All right, look at that server. So this we could get through. R&D we could do. Ooh. R&D was doable. The double flare remote, mind you. Ooh, that's a good one. It's only have to trace through, so money actually mattered. In the colorblind mode, it really looks like Lamb is an Atom card. Yeah, it does. Most of them look like Atom cards in colorblind mode. Yeah, you have to look more at like the image in the background of the text there, right? It's like, it's good that these are watermarked. We never used Surf, remind you, this game, but it had it. We had the option, like we actually, oh man, this was such a good server. We could surf this in so good. Like we break this for, admittedly, fucking 5 credits, and then we use 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 into snare. We're not running snare. Had a town at Trojan at the bottom. Exigent was bottom 4. Ouch. Yeah, we'd have to grind that out. I wasn't going to run the remote until it was corporate. You're on 5-3s. I won't run until you advance. I don't get the psychics too much in this deck. We all learned something. Yeah, I don't fully understand why they're running like these psychic fields. It makes a lot of sense for a grind deck, but like any card they put in this remote, like a snare or like the snare in HQ is so much better considering we've double access. But like, I'm not gonna run this remote for a face down card. They have to double advance it before we start to give a shit. And it even could be an NGO friend, I don't know. Maybe that's a good 419 tech. I don't know. It's a net deck, I think it's for Amakua runners. Yeah, but that doesn't even make sense. Just don't run remotes. Wait, there's no reason to run a remote in this game. People run everything, you can bait them with a hand wipe. I just don't see why you'd run a non-advanced card in a punitive deck. We're gonna do one more game tonight. If you're just tuning in, my name's Andre. I think the proper button, there's like a button that does this. Oh, I found it. Welcome. Ah, and I moved it. No, there you go. Anywho, thanks so much for the game. Okay, we're gonna get the one game in. I think we're gonna play a fast one. That means we're playing actual Scorpios again. So we're gonna play the standard Scorpios, is what we called it. It is Scorpios that's running standard procedure. It also is running Hatchet Job. If people are expecting the other Scorpios that we just played against, it was a good surprise for them. Sirius, what's up? Second field is the punishment if they run to trash Rashida. I don't know, just let Rashida fire, right? Hey. Oh my god, Scorpios against Max. That's never good. How's it going? Sirius, I recognize that name. Is it John? I think it's John, right? This hand. How good is this hand? We got money. We got a big 5-3 agenda, the only one in their deck. So we could, in theory, do like ice, ice. It's like dubious. Scoring this one's nice, but like they run indexing a lot. Don't ever let Rashida fire. Sometimes you do. Like we let 3 Rashidas fire. It wasn't the end of the world. It's not good, obviously. So this is an interesting hand, right? Because we could ice double centrals. But having 2 end to run cards, yeah, actually for the remote it's really good because we melt their heat breakers. We'll keep this. They don't have a lot of HQ pressure. This 5-3 is probably fine. And we have a Salems. This might be a quick game. They mulligan too. Okay, so we definitely want to ice R&D so we don't lose to the turn 1. What's it called? Indexing. Now we could play the hedge fund this turn, which means no matter what, it's hard to play the IPO, but this goes down to 4 cards, which kind of sucks. So I think we're just going to play the hedge fund and click for a credit. Next turn, we can do install ice, install behind it. Maybe just wait. Amakua got trashed. Ice Carver got trashed. I don't think they're going to recur the Amakua, so that's fine. Like, if they retrieval run the Amakua, we'll look stupid, but please don't get it. Oh, I got an IPO, that's fine. We also have to play around Maxwell James. That actually might be a popular enough card that we have to worry about that. But like, this is not a heat breaker. You remove from game heat breakers, and as soon as you remove a card from the game with a Scorpio's ability against an Anarch, then they can play Inject. And getting your heat breakers in the bin is one of the best things you could do. Resin Ice Wall here ends the run. It has no surprise. If they install their Barrier Breaker, they have to use it, which means the Hunter Seeker's online. So I want to res that as much as possible, as generally you don't res it until they play like, what's it called? Excuse me. Until they play Indexing or whatever. So still no breakers. I'll put this into a new remote. This plays around DDoS because we're not going to get this yet. I think we can keep this in HQ. The problem is that we want to play the IPO this turn, which goes down to 3 cards, which is really bad. If they legwork HQ, they get it. I think we're going to take a bit of a risk here. Maw and Frantic Coding. This is a Frantic Coding deck. That is brutal for them because they're going to trash 5 cards, and we can remove 1 of them from the game, and that's going to have a big chance of finding their breakers. Maw is coming down though, and that is going to be a fair bit of disruption. Obviously, if they hit the 5/3, it's bad. They hit the Archer, and they hit an unknown card. So we got the Arc lockdown, which is really good. We're going to go ahead and jam this. They need 6 credits to get through this. So besides DDoS, this looks pretty good. Magnum Opus, sure gamble. Magnum Opus again, we don't need to recur that. And they got the Archer, which is actually a pretty good hit for them too. The problem about scoring this is going to leave whatever card in our hand stranded, and they can double access. Clickouts, how's it going? What is it drinking? We got a beer. It's actually this week. It was both my dad and my mom's birthday, so we're gonna have a beer for them. It's also my boss at work. It's his birthday today, so hey, happy birthday, Zach. Checking archives. You got 2 mils there. They know what kind of deck we might be on with the Salems, and they're checking this remote server. They're gonna lose a click on it, so the maximum punish. That's pretty good. And we got a Hatchet Job. Whew. Whew. Do we want to go ahead and Hatchet Job the Maw? Otherwise, we lose 1 of these cards. They trash the Hatchet Job for free anyways. This is going to be 6 credits for them to get through. I just want to go ahead and Hatchet Job this. It's going to put them so far behind. Puts it in their hand. We could Arc Lock down 1 of these cards. It really doesn't matter at this point. I think we just take a credit is fine. And this looks like it's an NGO front. What's your opponent's on Opus? Yeah, you're right. Our opponent is on Opus, not Levy. Oh, if they're playing Femme Fatale, they're probably on Retrieval Run. That's kind of scary. We're going to go ahead and remove that one. Because we still have the Arc Lockdown in hand, so if they do inject this turn, we can get it. They're probably on Retrieval Run, right? If they're on Frantic. Maw back to hand. Hard for them to install. They thought they had a Maw that turn. Oof. Rebirth coming in hot as Omar, no doubt. That's an R&D run if they ever seen one. They can see 2 cards there. So they're going to lock our R&D, which really sucks. We're not going to draw an agenda. And they only saw a single, though, which is the best case scenario for us. Again, they're not showing a breaker for this one just yet. They also just stymied their card draw. It's also going to be very hard for them to get through this. So I think just putting this on archives and clicking for 2 is probably acceptable. There's no rush. This still looks like an NGO front. We know they have a Maw in hand. If they want to click for 3 and install it, it's also pretty rough for them. And we can res this one for 3 credits, which also demands a Code Gate Breaker. It also turns off Retrieval Run, which I'm assuming they're on for their Magnum Opus, let alone their Turtle. So if they draw a Turtle, it's the best for them. Another same old thing, nothing of value there. We have a Salems, which we know for sure in hand there's a Maw. Let's just go ahead and get the big money. 9 more credits on the table. Magnum's coming down. So we know 1 card in hand if we want to do a Salems. Let's gain the 3 credits. We want to jam agendas as soon as we get them. We have standard procedure. They need a run, though, for that to be good. If we double Code Gate's pretty good. The Maw could come down this turn, so ideally we play a card that we need. I want to get the Ice on server 1, because this doubles the cost they need to get in this remote server. Either they're on Fem and they need double Fem. If they're on DDoS, that does nothing. And the Maw is coming back down, so the disruption's just not going to do enough. And we lost the hedge fund, which is a bit of a bummer. And eventually we will lose the turning wheel, maybe, because we're not drawing enough agendas. Give us an agenda. Give us an agenda. Okay, no agenda. We'll just take the money, I guess. So I don't think we know anything in hand. We can also just take a peek, right? Like they might be holding cards in hand. It looks like they might be holding 1 breaker in hand. And I'll take it. I'll look at their hand right now. What do we think they're on? Program seems kind of bad. The money really doesn't matter. They've installed most of the resources. Let's say program. We gain 4 credits. They have Paperclip and Black Orchestra in their hand. The problem is that we need to get rid of both of them. Let's get rid of the Paperclip. We'll remove that one from the game. And then next turn we can consult. Next click we can consult for the next one. So we'll draw here. There's a chance that they get this agenda, obviously. Drawing last click is always bad. But it may have been better just to click for a credit. Because they can access this card. They can see all of HQ if they want to. But holy shit, do we have a turn. We have such a turn right now. Check this turn out. Server 1, Consulting Visit, Salim's Hospitality, Black Orchestra. The value, information value. Wait, what just happened? Oh, they installed it? Oops. Looks like they installed it. I didn't pay enough attention. Okay, we had a really good play there for a second. Rip. Please leave us the archer. They did. They're not running this. I'll get this down. We have 50-50 on the archer. Oh, Chad, we goofed it. Dominic, how's it going? Hey. How are you doing? Beth gives them 5 clicks. It looks like they're going to be a big dig on R&D. Again, please give us the archer. We lost the archer. That's fine. Oh my god. They installed the Black Orchestra and we called for a trash. It looks like they're on Trope. I guess if they rebirth, they don't. The max ability just has them set up, right? That was a beautiful play. You were so excited. Did you see how happy we were for that for just like a second? For a split fucking second, it was like the best play. Mind you, they can always go see the top like 5 cards of R&D if they just Omar through this code gate. I guess they're worried about a sentry. Like the archer is the worst hit. Oh, they're doing the retrieval run. That's the Fem coming down. They have the whole kit. Oh, the Amaku is likely coming down here. So we're going to go ahead and res this. They can break it. It's just going to be a bit of money. And it means they can't contest the remote server. So we're going to get this one. But the Amakua breaks the ice wall relatively well. We're gonna go ahead and remove that retrieval run from the game. You don't want the same old thing that, huh? Okay, so they're gonna lock the top of R&D from now on, which sucks. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and get that Atlas. The other options we draw a bunch, but I don't know. We actually can easily lose this. Oh man, we played that so poorly. We played that terribly. We lost 4 clicks, 4 credits and 2 clicks. Oaktown, that's stolen. That Consulting Visit right now, we might have lost it to the mob, but like now they're weak to Hunter Seeker. Like Hunter Seekering the Black Orchestra might be game. Looks like they're gonna go to R&D for 10 cards. And we don't have fast track, right? So we're never gonna draw an agenda if they keep the shit up. Like I think we lose now. Unless we top deck like a dope ice. We do have the 1 3-point agenda though, which is really good. Hatchet job for 0. Trash that. That's good. Wow. Okay. So they saw how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trash stole 2. So next 3 cards are known. They have 8 with the Magnum. So that doesn't do anything. Double Ice Wall is okay. It makes them spend money running HQ, which has some value. We just broke. Oh man, if we had one more click, we can Consulting Visit. Ah, that's really rough. So the question is whether we ice HQ so that they have to spend a credit every turn, which is largely not that big of a deal. Or we draw once more so we have a chance of keeping Consulting Visit to the Maw. I like that one better. And there's another Hatchet job, which is actually interesting. We should have hit Blorch first. Yeah, we fucked up real hard. We shouldn't have, obviously. Oh, that's actually really good for us. We need to trash this, and we usually could. Now we're gonna Hunter Seeker this if they steal it, which isn't that big of a deal, considering. Now bouncing this has some value. Bouncing this also has no. Their MU is not full. Oh, it's gonna be hard to dig out of this one. Triple advancing this is good. It's worth doing, and then we just have to Hunter Seeker this. That's kind of cool. I think that's one of our better lines of play. They actually just run HQ there. I don't know why they're running R&D. HQ is just strictly better than this. They're also not getting turtle counters. They should have ran HQ last click. It's definitely a risky build for sure, but like a lot of times you can just snowball a tempo. That's the one agenda we need to win. Yeah, that one misplay is going to cost us the game. How do we dig out of this? Okay, at least Hunter Seeker's on this turn. They hit the standard procedure, that's fine. So, we got the Archer. That's actually the best thing we could have drawn here. The problem with the Archer is that if we put on our R&D, we still have a lot of things to do. Bouncing Maw is only good, and you can consult for Salem's. No, I think that's the last Salem's. Yeah, we've all 3 Salem's. Okay, thinking. So, Archer, they can't deal with right now. Kayak, how's it going? How are you doing? I'm doing good. It's our last game for the evening. Okay, so if you want to get to R&D, which is how we lose, they have to both get through Hortzum and get through Ice Wall. So if we put an Archer on R&D, and then consult for the Hunter Seeker, we can trash the Black Orchestra. While they can still get through Hortzum with Amakusa, eventually we'll triple advance it, and then it comes down to where in their deck is a Black Orchestra. Which is the only play we have. This also shuffles R&D, which is not the best. What? What happened? What happened there? Huh? You stole agenda. You won't let me hunt and seek. Oh, they're both doubles. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's bad. Whoops. Yeah, this is both double. So, yeah. So, we're going to give ourselves a credit back and 2 fewer credits. Mind if I don't ice. Yeah, it's a double, right? Yeah. Yikes. So we're just gonna go ahead and RFG this thing. Is that still the right play? Oh, we still have to shuffle the deck. So here, I'll take the 2 credits back and click. Show Hunter Seeker. There's still a bunch of standoffs in here, which is good. Another click. It's a double. That should do it. And we're gonna obviously remove that from the game. Okay, so Retrieval Run still comes back if they have another in hand. That wouldn't... Oh, not for this one, actually. And then we have to triple advance this. And then put the Archer on it. Like, it's still really hard. Oh, hey, at least I caught the last game. Yeah, we're digging uphill real fast here. Real hard here. They hit the Archer. They remove the Hunter Seeker, or the Hatchet Job, excuse me. So, okay. I think we just lose the Turning Wheel. I'm pretty convinced. I'm not convinced, but I'm pretty sure if we didn't fuck up the Salem's turn, we would have a chance here. And they can easily win right here. They just need 1 agenda. Yeah, good game. Ooh, that sucked. Yeah, we goofed that Salem's. That Salem's was all we needed because we had to just bounce a breaker and Salem's it because they were relying on these 2 breakers, right? That's all we needed. Yeah. So what was coming up? How do we dig out of it? Basically, like, there was no way for us to top deck the Hostile. It's almost impossible. And this server is, like, really flimsy. We need to triple advance these 2. So this deck actually probably should have Because we're putting an NBN single card cost. Oh, we actually have one of them. We might actually want more wraparounds in here because wraparound's actually really good. It's also a 1 influence NBN card, which is dope considering we're playing Alliance cards. But we already have 6 other NBN cards, so it might not entirely be necessary. Didn't you score my Amaku on the first turn? Yeah. I need to... Yeah, that's true, because we didn't score up their Amaku on the first turn. That technically cost us the game. I was sure you were on Ret Run, but as soon as you scorp that, you inject, which is way worse. They might actually not be on inject, considering that they're on credit kiting. Oh, what's it called? The many keyboard frantic coding. Yo, Note, how's it going? I'm doing well, actually. Yourself? We're just wrapping the stream up this evening. Never saw inject all game, yeah. As soon as you RFG on the max draw, inject for days. I forgot we have one lockdown. We have one arc lockdown. Maybe that wouldn't have been the worst. All right, anywho, that's largely all for tonight. Thanks so much for dropping by. For those people we played games against, thank you as well. Big things of follow on Twitter. We made a Twitter account which we can start like talking about things that are happening because we're gonna be streaming a bit more off schedule. On top of that is this Sunday we'll be streaming for about 8 hours. We're gonna do the whole day stream, see how it goes. It's Victoria Day on Monday, so we have the day off, so we're gonna be able to like sit back and have a good time. Maybe we'll have guests. I don't know. I'll have to figure out who's around to do that. But a lot of people take like vacations on this weekend. I'm just gonna be here. I was off last weekend. Whisters and Alubale reviews are gonna be coming out. I'm gonna be filming the Runner one on Saturday. I already have all the slides picked out, so they'll be here soon. Note's asking what's with the colors here. The colors are because today specifically it is Global Accessibility Awareness Day. So we're just trying to highlight that about 8% of the male population and about 1 in 200 of the female percent of population has color blindness, and this is what the most common color blindness looks like. And you see how user interfaces are radically different, and not a lot of people design UIs around color blindness. And this one's not particularly terrible. Also, the cards are good because they have like, it's not just colors. They also have like, you see like, I'm pointing at the screen with my hand, which is pretty bad radio, but it also has like logos, so you can tell this is an Anarch card not only by the color, but because it has an Anarch eye on it, which is cool. But just want to check that out. Yeah, color blindness is way more common than it looks like. I just want to see what this looks like. I'm not a very reasonable person to be an advocate for this stuff. I'm not that educated about it, but it seemed like a cool thing to try out. Anywho, which day kayak? Sunday. Sunday the 20th. Sunday the 20th. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll figure it out. That's all. Thanks so much for all the games we played, and for the people watching and people in the chat, all the new players also who said hi in chat. Welcome. How's it going? Core 2.0 is a good place to start. Thanks so much. Enjoy your weeks. If you have store championships this weekend or regionals coming up real soon, best of luck. Ciao.